Sure. I did make an unintentional pun there. Is he sure? Now I understand with these rules you actually have to contact the ball if you're touching it, don't you? Or like the two-shot rules, you can play away and not actually touch the ball. It counts as a contact.
If you're touching ball,
Oof.
Yeah, if you're touching ball, you have to play away. The ball that you're touching can't move, and it basically counts as you already hitting the ball, so you can pretty much do anything you want after that.
Oh, okay, so it is the same as two-shot.
Yeah. So you might just see Adam push this 8 ball over the corner pocket in his first shot.
That would be his free shot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's doing it. He's just going to go for the finish from the looks of it, so he's not using the free shot, so I'm a bit surprised at that.
He's ended up in the middle of the two balls, but still with a cut down the rail.
It's a pretty basic error there from Adam, because he could just nudge the 8 towards the side rail over the pocket. He doesn't have to then play position, and he can leave himself at half of the table and closer to the ball he just potted. So he should still get these, but it's
nudge. Mwah.
Yeah, he's just about got away with that.
He hasn't just about got away with it, he has gotten away with it. Although we will find out when he plays the shot. Well, he's asked for his extension, and I'm not surprised. You do get one a frame, as I said before, and it's a wise time to use it.
Yeah, last year we played with 40 seconds, but not in the first round because we had technical issues with the clock in the arena. But this year it's been made to 30 seconds. That's a great shot.
Was beautiful.
Well controlled.
Didn't touch the black, so he's ended up with pure position on it.
It's pretty cool that the spectators can see the clock as well.
I love it. Catches the jaw but goes in, so that's the first frame to Adam Shaw. Messenger sound to tell me you've got a message. So yeah, just fire your messages in, folks. We do have a separate screen that shows the chat, so we can answer your questions as they come in. Myself and Simon Singleton are more than happy to assuage you, so to speak. A little. No, that's good. Just leave it to Simon. Mop up the mess I've made.
You're fiddling around with the shot right here. Looks like you've never used one before.
Nah, stuff that.
Got rid of it.
Just use the normal rack.
And to be fair, you know, with this new cloth, you don't really need the shot rack. It'll split pretty well without.
Do you reckon he'll try it again? Or do you think he'll
I'll give him some stick about that because he uses it on the 9 foot, so no excuse.
This is not a 9-foot table. I'll just point out the obvious.
So let's see where he's going to break from.
Pretty much the centre, isn't it?
I think for the first sort of 45 minutes of this match, Neil's just got to try and stay in it and give himself a chance, because once he...
Go down, you dirty rats.
He's been practicing down in Bowie's, which is completely different to these tables. not just the cloth of the table itself. The pockets are super tight on the 7 foots down there, so it may just take him a little while to adjust and get his flow on, get used to the table and the speed. So if you can just first half of the match before the midway session, the half time session, if he can just keep himself in the match, I'm sure he'll be a lot stronger in the second half.
Well, players, I do believe, get every hour they get a break, don't they?
No, I think we're just having one break at an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So another dry break. Two dry breaks out of
used his
two.
extension already, has he?
I'm not sure if that's... No, I doubt that he would have used his extension. I think that might just be a mistake. Because the first shot when you come to the table, you get 60 seconds anyway.
Okay. I just saw it change
yeah,
from
it
green
isn't
to
red.
red.
Yeah, that's because whoever's on the controller would have pressed it for that initial minute for the first shot.
Ah, okay.
So a lot of this technology is new to us, so
Yeah,
there'll
so
be a few hiccups, I'm sure, but
if you end up with issues with that shot clock, then be rest assured that we're doing our best to rectify it.
So what's Adam going to do with the 8 here? Is he going to just try and leave the double, or is he going to try and extract it? So he's extracting it now. Oh, that's a good shot. Look at that.
Well, that's a hell of a lot better than it was. It is actually now potable into that middle pocket. The issue he's got now is with where he's left the yellow, the one next to the red now, it probably does pot. Small white ball, these generally do pot, but you have to be so exact in where you leave that cue ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. This is tough. Is he going to try and double kiss the yellow in? Yeah.
Well, that's what he tried to do. But where he's left the top of those two yellows, it actually makes it harder for him to get to the bottom one. He has to be quite close to that bottom rail.
So I think if I was Neil here, I'd be sitting this red on the bottom left, just over the yellow, so cut off the potting angle. But it's not in Neil's nature to play like that. He'll want to.
He's a get it whacked sort of person, isn't he?
Yeah, we never ended up being able to have a session of black ball, me and Neil. We had good intentions to have a couple of practice sessions, but it's a bit difficult living 3 hours apart and work and other commitments. It never actually happened. He did beat me last week though in our Super League in Dunedin.
Okay.
A little bit unlucky there.
No, he's absolutely run into a horrible place there. Give him full marks for the effort though. The shot clock, by the way, as you can see, isn't syncing properly at the moment, so ignore that for the moment.
It's working in the arena though. Yeah, it's working in the arena.
Just not on the stream.
Let us know as well if you're watching, can you actually hear the beeps as well? Can you hear the 10? So we have a 10-second warning, and then at 5 seconds we have 5 beeps down to 0. So can you hear that on stream? It's pretty loud. I can hear it from here.
Well, we're not sitting that far away from it, are we? But yeah, it needs to be loud. Oh, he's had a massive mow at those 3 balls. Don't sit there.
Well, if that was
you dirty rat.
Quite sneaky, that would have been a great safety shot.
No, I wouldn't have, because he potted the ball. One rail. Just want to kill it.
No deliberate foul, you have to attempt.
I love that. I absolutely love it. I reckon because it makes players actually go for shots.
Maybe too loud for him, so that's interesting.
What are you talking about? Oh, he's completely fluffed it. Real no doubt's going to have a go at these balls. You can see him looking at them intently like they're about to try and kill his family.
Yeah, he'll just play the red onto the yellow and... Oh, he's taking the white.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
You can do that. You can request the cue ball behind the bulk line. You still get your free shot if if you do that. Music's too loud. Well, evening to all of you from the UK as well. I believe you guys are what, 11 or 12 hours behind us? It's just after 10 AM here in New Zealand. Oh, that's a fantastic shot. Go get some of that. Used his free shot quite brilliantly there. He's cleared everything out of the way. Now all he's got to do is be sure he pots and remains in position.
It's a good shot.
And that's excellent use of the rail as well. You see players will use the rails whenever they need to get position on balls.
The further this runs, the better. Bit tricky here. Bit awkward. It's gonna be...
Well, the cue ball's tracking naturally towards that yellow, closest to the cue ball, isn't it?
I think it's probably going in between. Oh, he's checked it up a little
Straightened
bit.
it up, yeah. This will be a testy wee black first up. No problems. No problems. Squared at one.
This year, with 6 of the players returning, obviously Adam Shaw has been involved from the start.
Yeah, it was all new, wasn't it? Black ball rules is still in its nascent stages in New Zealand, but at least we've got more than 1 year of having played them, and players will be more au fait, shall I say, with those rules. Especially if they've been playing two-shot, because there are similarities between two-shot and black ball rules, but trying to transition from our native rules, our chartered club rules, to two-shot and then to black ball, that's quite difficult because they're so different. But thankfully in Dunedin you guys don't play a lot of chartered club stuff, do you? You play a lot of two-shot and sometimes black ball, but not a lot of chartered clubs. So
Also two-shot and,
yeah,
and WPA 8-ball. Big break from Adam. Chosen Reds.
didn't get the bump he wanted on the second red there. The one next
Just
to
got
the
into
bulk
the line
line,
a little bit too much.
yeah. The one next to the bulk line goes, so no doubt he'll be eyeing that up.
Big shot.
Oh, he needed a wee kiss off that other red. That would have been fantastic.
Leaving left Neil a pretty open table here, so I would expect Neil to be running these out under normal circumstances, especially as he's on pretty much his only awkward yellow first.
Yeah, the one that's blocked off to the corner hole, isn't it?
Ooh.
Oh, how's he missed that?
Ooh. Early in the morning.
You reckon he just
He'd
jabbed
be-
at it
yeah, he'd be
slightly?
disappointed with that. He was hampered with his bridge hand, but still would have expected Neil to make that.
Maybe he took it too quickly. Sometimes players do that, they kind of rush.
No, there's still the players have got to adjust to the shot clock pressure as well. 30 seconds. It's not as long as you think. It goes pretty quick, especially with the buzzer at 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, the buzzer's quite off-putting if you're not used to it, because you're not used to something beeping in your ear when you're trying to focus on the shot, and then you get down to your 5 seconds and it's every second after that. It's boop, boop, boop. You just think, oh, shut up, play my shot.
And it does sound pretty loud as well. I know that he's at the moment. I'm sure when there's a lot of crowd noise and people chanting and cheering, then you'll need the buzzer to be loud.
Well, yeah, players need to be able to hear it as much as they do anymore. But yeah, just after 11 in the UK, it's great to see you guys watching it so late in the evening. But you guys... Well, really?
Well, we are at 11.
What level lockdown are they in the UK?
Who knows?
I don't really want to get into that, but...
So Adam's took his extension here. He's taking his time on this one. I think he's just trying to figure out where he wants to put the black. A few options. Keep it simple. Drop it in the middle. The middle pockets are quite tight.
He's going to ask for the rack to be removed. Because that corner of the rack is right where the cue ball is going to track.
Probably just move it himself, can't he? Just to shift it an inch or two.
This counts towards his playing time as well.
The clock stops. The clock stops for this.
Does it?
Yeah.
Gee, that's a bit agricultural. He just picked the ball up and plonked it back down.
Do what he wants. He's the referee in that situation.
But the other player is.
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
No, it didn't matter anyway. Oh, thank you, Baden. Baden was just explaining to us that is that actually wrong. The other player is essentially the referee. Bit of honesty. Be the other player. I know it sounds extremely obvious, but you don't get that first one, you don't get a chance, really, do you?
You've got to take your chances at this level.
Making sure you get that first ball is, well, it's key, but it's a slightly different mental process, isn't it? It shouldn't be, everything should be the same, but making sure of that first ball is so key to unlocking the rest of the frame, and it does mean that you have to think about it slightly differently.
There's a nice control break from Neil, and he's got really good splits without the short rack, as you can see. But I don't think he never really got close to the ball going in. We can't hear you clearly when the music goes on loud. Oh, okay, Daniel. So that's we're just playing around with the music in between frames.
That's probably by design as well, Dan.
Ooh, so Adam with a mistake there.
The balls stay in the jaws. They don't actually draw and go in so much.
Yeah, so we haven't got Darryl here at the moment. He's around in the arena somewhere, but I do believe that the slate is slightly deeper on this table compared to last year. So I think it's about 4 mils deeper or something, so the pockets will play a little bit tighter. It's not something that I noticed last night when I had a practice, it was just something I was told. I'll get Darryl to confirm that when I see him.
Amazing how 4mm can make such a difference.
That's the missus.
But on a pool table, it actually makes so much difference because it is a game of millimetres.
Well, especially with a shot like that, at that sort of pocket where you just catch the jaw and then... Yeah, so Neil's opted to go yellows here. Maybe he's eyeing up that skill shot if he can't get in behind the yellow in the bottom left.
One shot he could play now if he wanted to was that yellow bottom right corner, but he's instead going...
He's got a bit too much angle. Neil, a bit too much angle on that one.
Bit of nerves early, you reckon? Or he's just a bit cold, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's sounding like we're making excuses for him, but we are trying to figure out perhaps why he's underperforming at the moment.
Just a couple of early mistakes can happen. Just got to settle down into the arena, the match, the conditions. $1,000 entry for this event.
Oh yeah, that too. Fair bit of money sloshing around in this.
No section play, no 2 lives. It's this is your final straight away, 10 a.m. on a Friday morning.
just get in and get it done. I do love the format though. I think it's great for cutthroat polls, so and you can tell as well, like the players, the way they approach the table, the professionalism. You don't get that as much with perhaps tournaments where you still have a second chance. Maybe you take stuff for granted, or you don't put as much preparation into the event, but all the players have been putting a fair bit of practice in it, and it will show. I've said that as Adam's missed that, but
yeah, just the buzzer were going off again there just as he played that shot, so again maybe that had a little effect. So there's a lot of, you know, the guys watching in the UK, for example, you know, they'll be used to watching events like this pretty much every other weekend, and the players that are playing are used to playing in these conditions, but this is all pretty new to us with shot clocks and timers and
he didn't want to do
the
that.
arena and all that, so might just take the and these guys never played last year, so it just might take them a little while to just adjust and get the concentration levels up and just to get in the zone. There's quite a lot going on in the arena around them.
Well, it will be worse, or there will be more going on later on, so they should probably be counting themselves lucky that it's quite early. But then you get to the later games, like your match is last, Simon, and the whole place will be buzzing. It'll be absolutely humping, and you'll have a full round of spectators watching you, plus hopefully hundreds watching online. So you're going to have to take that into account. But you're used to that, aren't you? These guys maybe not so much.
I don't know. I don't really try not to think about it. Just focus on the game and the table.
I've just put that into your head now, haven't I? Good thing that you've got a while before your match starts then.
Good pot from Adam there. I don't know if he was trying to play the cannon on the other red. He sort of let the white run away from him a little bit, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Just wondering if he'll he'll be aiming to go in between the black and the yellow on the rail and just then come into the line of the shot for the red in the centre.
UK World Q Sports asking who's commentating. That's a fair question. I am John Saundercock, but people nickname me The Voice, and we've got Simon the Postman Singleton next to me. Simon will be playing in the last game today, which starts at 8:30 PM New Zealand time, or 9:30 AM on Friday UK time.
Got into that one. He's got into that.
I'm not playing, I'm just the designated commentator for this event, and I'll be joined by a revolving circus of other players, or co-commentators, should I say.
Where's the cue ball?
Get good. Get good.
Yeah, that's okay.
Shot John Virgo.
We'll take that.
You reckon he'll be looking to kill the white ball into the yellow here? Or he's going the other way? Oh, fantastic. Put a bit of inside English on it too to avoid the off. Played
3-1
that
to Adam.
magnificently. Simon knows you.
Oh, Mark, yeah. Hey, mate. Yeah, so Mark shares a lot of the streams.
In the UK are enjoying the fact that it's starting to get warmer over there as well. You're heading from spring into summer. So we're going in the other direction. We're going from autumn into winter.
How many viewers do we have?
No idea.
Couple of missed chances for Neil. Adam's taken advantage at the second attempt in those frames.
So important for Neil here to just
Yeah, he just needs
wipe
to
the
settle
slate
down.
clean.
Yeah, settle down. And sometimes, I mean, there's a couple of ways to look at it. If you free one down, if you free one down and you've had chances, then you're probably a little bit happier than if you free one down and you haven't had a shot. So Neil will be happy that he's at least getting to the table and sort of right those mistakes.
Yes, let's go, brother love. Where do you reside in Palmy? Do you, Nessa? Yeah, he's on second match. So the one after this one will be Brother Love versus Adam Lilly.
So he's got options here, Adam. He can go reds or yellows, open table. Thinking. The red in the centre of the yellows is the issue if he goes reds.
Still think reds are the better set. Just needs to negotiate that difficult one.
He's played that really well.
He's actually given himself a choice here between those two reds, and they
Well, he
were
wants
both difficult before that as well.
I'm going to cut this one into the corner down here and send the white across and extract the other red, and then he should leave himself. Well, he'll leave himself a shot for sure. So
Well, this is a great shot of the shot, so to speak.
yeah, he probably wanted to hit the red and not the yellow there. He's just not got just a little bit too high on the white ball.
Well, say that it's on. They're both on, but
I think
they're more difficult
in the middle
than
now,
you wanted them to be.
Depends how much angle he's got here. And he's got awkward cueing as well, and he's got time pressure.
He's going to ask
all
for
sorts
an
going on.
extension, I'd say.
Yeah, this is quite a delicate shot though. If he leaves himself straight on the red, then it's a pretty straightforward clearance. But if he doesn't do that, then it can get a bit complicated. He's played this pretty well. That's not bad.
Pretty well. I'd be ecstatic with that.
Yeah, he is the wrong side. He's gone slightly too far, so I don't think he can get to the red at the bottom as you can see it now. I think he has to go down table. I'm not sure he can get enough top spin on this and go through the yellow. Yeah, so he's going to have to. But that shouldn't be a problem.
He'll be trying it anyway. I reckon he'll.
No, I think he's coming out. He's not playing through. He's coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A little bit careless. He's just the wrong side again. Another 6 inches. If he leaves it straight, he's fine. Natural angle's running away.
If he can delay the side, you play this and delay the side to perhaps enough to miss those two yellows.
You can't do that with a small white on this
Not
cloth.
with a small. No.
So he's got to come off the side rail.
That's fine. It's on, and if you can stun into the rail again, this is a long shot and not as easy, but
I just got to cue it in. He doesn't have to do anything with the white ball really. It's natural. It'll come back out towards the centre table. Bottom of the white.
Kirk.
He just put a bit of side on that he didn't need. You can just see the white spinning. It's just thrown it into the 8.
Maybe the side was to help him with the pot. This still cuts, by the way, I do believe. This big white ball maybe not so much, but the small white ball, yes. You see the 8 ball was staring at the white going past, like, don't hit me, don't hit me. 4 frames to 1, Adam Shaw leads, and gee, only a few millimetres either way, and that could have been ruined.
A good break and clear there.
Yeah, catch you later, Mark. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for sharing the stream. Hopefully we've got some night owls who will watch it, people who are maybe night shift workers or people who have funny sleep schedules. This one's for you guys.
Let's see if Neil changes his break here. He's not made a ball yet. His first couple of breaks. He needs a ball, he needs a bit of table time. Big frame coming up. So he's going centre again.
Do you think he's going to be cueing it differently, maybe?
Well, he cued the last one really well, but the balls just didn't track towards the pockets, so...
Middle bag,
Good
no.
split. But it looks dry.
Ooh, the yellow marrying up with the white.
Yes, that's...
Cuts off more than half the table.
Yeah, not too bad, because yellow's the best set, so... If, I don't think Adam's got a shot at the yellow here, he's only got the red.
He's railroaded him into the reds here, hasn't he?
Yeah. Which...
Press ganged him into playing reds. Yeah, no, that's a good song, Jonathan. I approve. Morning, John. Good to have you tuning in. It's good to have anyone tuning in at this stage. Grateful for every single viewer that we get. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbours. Mike Burley is not pitching a perfect game into the ninth inning, but this is about as good as.
So the beeps there, it's getting pretty close to...
What's the ball and play rule in this game?
Nah, there isn't. If it's a few seconds go by and then it just gets replaced anyway.
Because you have to call a ball and play in Chartered Club, otherwise if it drops it stays down.
If this drops now it just gets replaced.
Ooh, a bit of help maybe would have been nice there.
He's actually landed alright here, Neil, because if the yellow passes for the back double, then that's an option.
Past that red that the cue ball's next to, right?
Maybe it doesn't though. Maybe it's not quite on. It'd be good for Neil to just pot a few balls, get a bit of table time. He definitely could do with another frame on the board.
Well, he's been sat in his chair, hasn't he? And you don't win games sat in your chair.
He's missed his last two pots before this frame. A couple of chances.
Well, it's to feel the ball, that feeling of the ball going in the pocket, isn't it? That's what you miss when you get to the table and you're unsuccessful, and then you start to think, oh, this game's a lot harder than it should be. I think he was hoping for that double and then maybe the red to drop as well.
I think there was just a bit of time pressure there and he just was a bit rushed in the end.
Be a good time to remind him that he's got an extension, I suppose. I'm pretty sure he already knows though, it's just to know when to use it.
The finish is on again here for Adam. He's going to have a tough shot in the middle. He's just got to drop. He's going to play the red at the bottom left. Or he's going to go the other way. So I'd play the red. I'd play the red the bottom left and then drop the red in the middle, and then the clearance is on. He's going to start with the double instead, which is pretty good.
I think that's the right choice for mine. Get that hard one out of the way. You're always going to get position off it. If you do miss, then the table's not easy for Neil. It's not quite a free shot, but there's a bit of latitude that you've got with it. It's a lovely little skiddy rail, that, isn't it? He's used that beautifully with the side. He didn't put full side on it. He almost kind of punched it with side.
He's landed a bit awkward here. He's right in between the two balls.
The bottom one of the two, you reckon, and just kiss off the yellow?
Yeah, he's looking at that. He just came around and looked at that.
And just kiss off the yellow like that. Lovely.
Yeah,
just needs to watch.
Just top spin. He's just got to watch out for the white spreading towards that corner pocket. But it does. It's a natural angle with top spin just to come around two rails to the bottom rail.
You watch the snap as well.
Looks like he's hitting low on the white.
He's hitting low, so he's going to come off the rail, miss the yellow, well played. Yeah, because if you play that with top spin, then it depends on when it snaps, doesn't it? It's like a snap. It's when it changes direction. If it snaps too late, then it hits the yellow and ruins it. But if it snaps early, it misses the yellow and you're fine. But he didn't want to introduce that risk into the shot, did he? If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not talking in another language, am I? Morena, Francis. That's a wee bit awkward.
Yeah,
Should be
still get this.
fine.
They are quite tight, these middle pockets though, so it's got to... Definitely don't want to be catching that near jaw.
We'll also find out whether it will drift in or not.
No, there's not really a nut.
Yeah,
Go for the far jaw.
Yeah, not playing it at that pace, it won't.
Yeah, so careless shot, the shot before that from Adam, not getting sort of 6, 7, 8 inches closer. Neil needs this, it's a big let off. Similar shot to the one he missed a couple of frames ago, this. Yeah,
I think he might have heard you as well, Simon.
Yeah, just like just throwing his arm into that a little bit. Just not cued it very well.
Yeah, and he'll be audibly groaning after that too, because he knew that was the chance. Adam's not going to miss that twice, and a bit of Kiwi music before we hook into the 7th frame.
5-1 Adam Shaw. So Neil's had chances in at least 3 of the frames. Maybe a little bit disappointed. He needs something to get him going here. Doesn't help if you're dry breaking as well, which Neil's done so far, so you just don't get that momentum. Adam dry broke in the first frame, but had 2 good breaks since. This
is dry.
Could be dry, yeah.
I tell you what, both players have absolutely poleaxed the break as well. There's been no safety braking or 70-80% breaks. They've both gone full bore at it.
Good chance for Neil here if he can just drop this yellow in the middle. Tough first shot. If he can just drop this yellow in, there you go, yeah.
Oh, you're an expat Kiwi there, Jonathan. Yeah, you do actually. Well, you've got one dude here who knows a little bit about New Zealand culture, I'd imagine. You've been living here long enough, Simon. And I'm full Kiwi, so I can definitely help you with that one, bro.
What's he going to do here? He needs to get low on this, low or high, he needs to get, whichever way you want to call it, but he needs to get to the top side of the yellow on the rail, I think. Or he's going to go the other way.
Oh, you were talking about getting it nearer the rail.
Yeah. So you see how he's got the right side of the ball, because otherwise the white would be running into the red on the rail. So he's played a good shot there. Needs to control the pace here off the rail. It looks like he's done that really well.
Needs to be careful of that red.
He just wants to get in between the black and the red.
To the rail. Should be okay though.
So he's going across.
He is.
Yeah, I think I would have tried to get onto the one on the right first.
I reckon that's what he was trying to do, but he just overhit it.
I don't know. I think he would have screwed back if he was.
And conversely, he's underhit it for the other yellow, because had he been the other side of the other yellow, that would have been a more natural shot.
Big shot this, he was leaving an open table. Oh, he's cued that beautifully.
Oh, that's lovely.
Neil Whalley's
back. It's absolutely lovely.
So just play this top of the white, go across the table twice again.
Full Kiwi.
There you go, that's more like it, Neil.
That's the Neil Whalley. There he is. Come on. I know biases are for lawn bowls, but come on.
There we go.
Yeah, you're talking about the accent there, aren't you? Kiwi and proud. Full Kiwi as opposed to full Kiwi, as in an idiot bird as opposed to 100% Kiwi. That song, by the way, was Clubfoot by Kasabian, if any of you are interested. There's a bit of a historical link for that band name as well. Linda Kasabian, one of Charles Manson's offsiders. Murderess. Just Google Charles Manson. I'll give you a hand with that one, for those of you who don't know. This is played under black ball rules, Terry. No, that's a fair question. Nothing wrong with that. You're not ignorant at all. I probably didn't mention it earlier, or you tuned in after I did say it, but this is black ball rules.
So Neil made a ball on the break. Is this his first shot?
It's his first shot. It's his first ball off the break too.
Yeah, first ball off the break. So he's cleared there off Adam's dry break. Now he's made a ball. If he can take a clearance here, then all is forgiven for earlier on. The momentum switches pretty quickly in this game.
It's amazing with these longer races too, how you can actually get yourself into a real groove.
Yeah.
Even if you're behind, you can still build something. It gives you hope that you can come back.
And with Neil being a top snooker player, he's one of the top 3, 4, 5 snooker players in New Zealand. In that game you have a lot of time where you are sat in your chair and your opponent's making big breaks, and you have time to reflect and get your focus back. So although Neil hasn't had much table time, it probably it'll be something that he's familiar with from the other two sports, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Which of these two reds, I suppose he's answering my question now, but taking the one on the rail last, I'm only thinking that it's an easier ball to get off the black for, so just to screw back.
Yeah, probably gone a couple of inches too far there, but he should be okay.
Bit of running English.
Does this go in the top corner? Big pocket?
I would say no. I reckon that yellow in the middle of the table's in his way. Oh, we're about to find out though. He's having a good old mow at it. Nice. Oh, he didn't even touch the yellow. What a great shot.
So one thing with Neil, like obviously I play with him down south quite a lot. We play in the same Super League, we're friends, we play snooker, nine ball, everything. Neil, although he's not a pool player by trade, he's snooker through and through. The way that he maps finishes out is what impresses me the most about Neil. Like, he just sees the right shots and takes finishes the way that I would say is the right way to take them. So he keeps it simple for himself. A lot of top players make it a lot harder than it needs to be. But he just sees the finish the right way, and then obviously he's good enough to execute as well. So you can see there that he made a
great player, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he made an awkward finish really straightforward there, just by taking the balls in the right order.
And you could see there before the camera cut back, Neil's partner is starting to become more animated as well. So it's one thing that happens as well. If you've got support crew and you start to get a few frames, they start to get into it as well, and you start to feel that wave coming. It's what It's what you definitely saw with Adam Lilly last year against Des, when Adam Lilly was something like 8 frames behind and Des was on the hill. Adam started to piece a few frames together, and all of a sudden the room
momentum
started
changes.
to rise for him.
A big break from Adam. Good break again, made a ball, but he just lost the white ball a little. So he's got an awkward first shot. Doesn't matter that he's potted a ball off the break, it's open table, so he has to pot to be on a set here, to establish a set.
And he doesn't have to nominate either, so he can pot a red and a yellow, or play a red and pot a yellow.
Nothing easy here. What's he gonna...
So yeah, the sets are null and void at this point. It's all about potting the ball.
And this first shot after the break's the only shot where you get 60 seconds. After that it's only 30.
Tell you what, that wasn't even in the same postcode.
It's made it a bit messy though. Can Neil cue the red into the middle and screw the white back? Disturb the balls on the rail?
I reckon he can, if he gets into it.
Yeah, he can.
He'd have to get into
Not
it,
easy
but
cueing.
and the fact that the rail is quite close to the white ball means he's going to have to jack up on it, and that introduces more risk into the shot. It's a shot that I personally hate, but then again, that's maybe why I'm not as good as you guys.
I think Neil's taking his extension here. Yeah, so he's played the shot ahead and he's
get
played
it
really
whack,
well.
son.
Not only has he played it well, he's had a right result.
That's what you get too. Whether it's, some people call it luck, but if you actually play the shot the way it's intended to be played, like actually having a go at it, you do get those results. Good morning to both Paul Chivers and Nick Flood 12. Great to have you guys both watching at this hour. Oh, it's a bit jabby.
Just with rush there. He's already used his extension. He heard the beep. And if you haven't practiced, if the guys haven't practiced with a clock leading into this, I bet a lot of players don't actually know how long it takes them from when they get down on the shot to when they actually physically hit the white.
Depends, yeah.
I bet a lot of players don't know.
It depends on your actual pre-shot routine.
I'm talking about once you actually physically, like if you know that you take 5 seconds once you're down on the shot, then you need to be getting down on the shot before that beat goes off, otherwise you're going to be rushed.
Yeah, and then
So
all of a sudden
your own game.
All of a sudden the adrenaline starts to go up, and you don't want that. I was about to say before, in reference to the shot that Neil played that he missed, jabs are for nurses, not pool players. Always he's going to
left-handed.
playing it cack-handed, okay.
Left-handed, extracting the yellow. Oh no, he's not. He's just played it up. I thought he might have tried to play into the other yellow.
Play
there
the
and just
cannon.
nudge it out, yeah.
Well, he's actually overshot, hasn't
Yeah,
he? He
it
wanted
is.
to be straight on this, because the yellow does go. There's no issue with that yellow next to the red going. It's having the right position on the balls before that to get to it, which he hasn't done. He does have an extension up his sleeve if he wants it. Yeah, he's going to take it now, I'd say. That takes that beep out too, doesn't it? It's not deep into the shot when the beep goes off. He can recalibrate. Yuck.
Get your predictions in, guys, if you're watching. Let's see what you think. Seen 8 frames.
Activity on Facebook regarding predictions for the matches.
About 15 minutes ago, it looked like Adam was going to run away with this match, but
Well, he doesn't have an extension, so he's got to get on his horse here. Oh! And he gets the luck with the
did
jaw.
he pot that off the red? Did he overcut that and pot that off the red? How was the red move?
Yeah, it came off the red. He actually
Wow.
played it into the rail
So that
and
was a
off the
massive
back
fluke.
of the red.
He just fluked it.
I don't think he did fluke it. I reckon he played it that way. I don't think he was trying to cut it without interference from the red. I don't think that shot was really possible. real time pressure, I reckon. I reckon he heard that beat right on the gravy stroke and it ruined it. Massive pain in the bum, isn't it, when you're just about to cue the shot and you hear that beep go off. It can be very off-putting.
Yeah, thanks Terry. Clip the red naturally as passing.
That's a 9-ball type shot, isn't it? That's a shot that you'd play on a 9-ball table. You've got a big pocket.
Yeah, good shot, Neil. So Neil looks like he's settled now. Looks a lot more confident at the table. Cueing a lot better.
Keep going, keep going. That's yummy.
You know, there's a lot of people who wrote Neil off in this match and this tournament, especially if you look at the betting and the odds. We've got a bookie this year.
How about that for position?
He's an absolute machine when he gets in the floor.
You couldn't have placed that cue ball any better. And you did right, Simon, and he's won the last 3 frames to be just one behind. It's 5-4 now.
I still can't figure out how that's gone in. What's the replay?
It came off the red. Did you not see that?
That's a fluke. He's not played that.
I don't think it was a fluke. I reckon he tried to do that. Or at least he knew it was a possibility and played it knowing that it could happen.
The odds before the match, Adam Shaw was a 1.4 favourite and Neil was $2.80 for this match.
Oh, so $1.40.
$1.40, yeah.
And 2.80.
2.80, and then for the tournament, I think Neil he started at about 11s, and Adam is 5s for the tournament. So Adam Shaw's the favourite with the bookie to come out of this half of the draw. Which is fair, yeah. I think. He's a fantastic player. He's probably taken over as Canterbury #1 with a small Y, would you say, John, the last couple of years?
Be either Adam Shaw or I reckon Adam Lilly is your #1 in Canterbury on this particular rule set.
Yeah, but is that on reputation or results? Like, has Adam Lilly beat Adam Shaw in the Super League?
Not sure, to be honest. I haven't been watching much of the Super League.
Does Adam Shaw slips under the radar a little bit because he doesn't play as many tournaments as most?
He's not as visible, is he, on the circuit, but he's one of those guys who rise from the deep and attack your ship rather than
he's brilliant.
Actually being on the surface where you can see him and attacking your ship.
Like I know more, you know, as much as the locals here. I've won the South Island pairs with Adam Shaw a couple of years back.
Oh yes, probably be a good time to mention that Adam Shaw's won 4 Canterbury pairs tournaments, all of those with Adam Lilly, funnily enough, and that pairs in the South Islands with you.
Yeah, he probably is better at pairs than singles because he's got someone to tell him when to bloody play safe.
Do you really want to stifle his natural potting game though?
No, he's a machine. He's brilliant. It's good to play pairs with as well. I really enjoyed my 2 years playing with Adam. Unfortunately, that's been broken up this year because he can't make Nelson. But yeah, I look forward to playing with him again in the future for sure.
Is Simon favourite? Are you the favourite to actually win this event, Simon?
Oh, $2.20, I believe.
I think you still are, and fair enough.
Ridiculously short with the standard of the field, but it's not really something that I think about too much. Worry about my game.
So that's on reputation and results. We see the results. You're, I wouldn't even say arguably the best small white ball player in New Zealand. You are the best small white ball player in New Zealand.
But in an event like this where you're playing, you know, it's straight knockout and the history shouldn't have any effect, you know. Like just because I won this last year doesn't mean I've just got to turn up this year. You know, I've got to play better than my opponent to win. Like, you know, pool's a funny game. Whoever plays the best usually wins. The reputation doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. Well, and history is always up for revision, too, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not taking anything lightly for sure. I'm coming here as focused as I did last year, and I'm going to try my best.
Well, that's a mighty attempt.
Has that
at
gone in,
double.
or has it gone over the pocket?
It's sat near the hole.
Well, Adam's reds are a little bit awkward here. I don't know if he can pop the red at the bottom.
I'm looking at the cannon.
I don't think he can make that in.
I don't think it's on.
Plant's not on either, so
Won't be doing any horticultural there, I wouldn't think. Yeah, no, I don't think it's on, John.
no, I don't think
I saw that first shot, and if the reds are far enough apart, there's maybe a chance, but with the yellow being there, it makes it not on, so to speak.
he's going to have to play some form of containing shot here. I think he's just looking at how he can promote his balls and put the white in a good spot. He's used his extension.
Who is the favourite in this match? That would be Adam Shaw. He's the bookie's favourite.
And I think that's right. I would say Adam Shaw is definitely favourite, but I don't think the odds are the true reflection. I think it's and Adam mentioned this in his little interview last night. I think it's a hell of a lot closer than what the bookie has it at. But
He's pretty much... Did that track into the jaw?
no, I don't think so.
But Adams, in his interview, if you look at it on Facebook, he's pretty much just dismissed all of the odds. He's basically saying they don't really mean anything because they're just opinions of other people.
And he's right, they don't mean anything to the players.
They're like a certain something else
it's
that
great.
everyone has. Everyone's got one.
Oh,
the punt was on.
Yeah.
Good shot, John.
Yeah, the odds are good for the spectators to get involved in the event, and matters more when there's money on it and all that sort of thing. But for the players, it doesn't really mean anything. Any one of these 4 games can go either way. That's why these 8 players have been selected. To me, there's no, whoever wins this event it's never going to be a shock because, like,
they've played that way.
the top player. If Neil Whalley wins the event, it's not a shock to me, even though he's the outsider.
Cop, isn't it?
Because if he wasn't good enough, he wouldn't have been invited.
Exactly. Never truer words spoken. Just like Simon. Was that a wee dig there, John? Were you playing off my opinions comment? Damn! Didn't hit it hard enough.
You see there with the top spin how the white just he's played that quite firm with a lot of top spin, and the white's just skidded and lost all its speed. So that's something that's very different for all the players.
As well.
Like the red and
oh, that's not nice at all. That's filthy. The yellow
a little bit lucky and a little bit unlucky there.
The yellow cuts into the middle, but that's a nasty leave. This will be a hell of a shot if he makes it.
The big frame for Adam Shaw this as well. It's 5-1 up, cruising. Neil's turned it on the last 3 frames, and Adam's been chasing this frame so far, so I think he's played that really well. Yeah, he's played that well. He's blocked off the 8s covering the red down the bottom. Yeah, that's a well-controlled shot from Neil.
And the yellow that he played blocks the other easy red to pot. It's about the first time we've actually really seen safety in this match, such as the attacking prowess and mindset of both players, as Simon mentioned many times before. Looks like he's going to play off the backside of this yellow here. No, he's playing the double instead.
Again though, just showing how attacking Adam is, and always looking for that big shot, that finish.
Yeah, he was looking at that little redirection off the yellow, much like he played in the previous frame down the rail. Yeah, jam it up. Good shot.
He was going for the pot there, so he's got a little bit fortunate that he's blocked that off, because that can easily just spit out.
But as it is, he's actually missed it by...
He's missed it by far enough.
enough to actually sit next to the red and make a nuisance of itself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful riposte. You reckon now you'll be taking this on?
Well,
going
Neil's got
full bore at this.
Neil's gonna have a couple of yellows there that he can play some form of extraction if he needs to, or obviously the skill shot. So he'll probably just pop this in the middle first and try and leave himself an angle somewhere. Maybe he thinks he can do it now.
The corner to your left.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh yes.
Not sure if he played that like that, but he's had a.
He'll get away from the yellow. I think he's fine. I reckon he is. I think the ump's still far enough away. That angle's not going to tell you, but he's down to it straight away.
I don't think he had to swerve it a little bit there with right hand side. So this, he should have the natural angle here to drop this in and just slip in between those two reds. He's hitting low on the white, so he's played like a drag shot.
Off the rail. That's okay.
He probably has to come back for the yellow into the middle now, left middle.
Yeah, it's going to involve a few more balls, I reckon, to help him, or not.
There you go.
He's just made a liar out of me. He's actually hit that too well, I think. It should be alright, but he's cued that so well he's overrun it. This goes in the middle. I don't think it goes past that red into the corner, but
he's straight down, so he's not
too
worried about it.
Mucking around, is he? He's undercut it. A
bit of a let off. So a comment there from Steve Denton. 30-second shot clock is massive. Adam doesn't look quite as comfortable when hurried. And Neil. So me and I stayed at Steve Denton's house last night. We actually had a chat about this shot clock because he wasn't aware until yesterday that it had been shortened from 40 seconds to 30 seconds, and he said he wouldn't have been very happy about it if he was a player. But I'm all for it. I think it's great that the players are being put under pressure, and it's better for the spectators, which is what this event's about, really.
It's also in line with World Black Ball rules, isn't it? It's a 30-second shot clock at the Worlds, is it?
No, it's a minute.
It's a whole minute?
Yeah, it's usually a minute. The only time you normally get shot clocks like 30 or 40 seconds is obviously on the 9 foots or in events like this where it's live on TV or Sky or whatever, and it's shootout format.
It's like, and you're having to fit several games in a day.
And it's literally for the... It doesn't benefit the players, it being 30 seconds, that's for sure. It's for the spectators. It makes it better viewing because we're seeing the players put under pressure, rushing around. You're not waiting for a player to take 2 minutes a shot, which is really what this event is about, I think. So I'm all for it.
The best players aren't rushed, though, are they? With 30 seconds, they know about it and they know how to configure themselves so that it's never an issue.
I don't think you're rushed if you're playing well and you're feeling good. Again, like me and Steve were talking about this, it's when you're, but sometimes the clock can help you because the shot clock can help you because it stops you finding things that could go wrong. You trust your first decision, and usually when the first shot you see is the right shot. So you trust yourself a little bit more, and you have to do it. You don't have time to find problems. So it can be a good thing for players as well. The issue is that we don't play it regularly. That's the problem. If every tournament was 30 seconds,
exactly.
And that's my argument in a lot of the Club New Zealand ones, where people ask for a shot clock halfway through a tournament. That's what I don't agree with.
It should be introduced at the start, so that people know it's there and they're having to make their game for that.
Yeah.
Ben Stegelmeier, I like that too, and also you're having less time to think about the shot, so you have to be in that mindset to start with. If you're going to play a safety, you need to know exactly what you want to do very quickly, otherwise you're going to need that extension, or you're just going to run out of time and you rush it. Now I'm just going to hop off to the toilet briefly, and
I think Adam and Neil both shot to the toilet.
They did, and unfortunately for me, I'll have to follow them.
We are going to have a break in 20 minutes, half time.
Unfortunately, my bladder can't hold on. I'll see you very soon.
I believe it's a 15-minute break, is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Better close game. So Adam to break. Just had Sam Hopkinson in my ear, fresh from his runner-up at Levin, $2,000. He's going to spend over the bar this weekend. Again, nice big break from Adam, but it's dry. So a chance for Neil. Probably wants reds. There's that problem yellow at the top, and you've got the 8 ball at the top as well, so there's 4 reds around to negotiate before you pot the 8. Just got to pick his route. I think the red most central in the table actually goes in the middle, so if you can get low onto these, clear these bottom 2 reds, he'll be able to drop the red in the middle and then come back up the table to finish his work. Wobbled, but it did drop, so yeah, we'll get rid of these 2 and then he'll want to leave himself pretty straight on the red into the middle, I think. That's if it goes. I'm assuming it goes. Don't think we can really see from the other angle either. It's hard to tell. Neil just using his extension there and making sure he knows which way he's going to go. So key shot coming up. He's got to leave this straight, this next shot. If he's going to play for it in the middle, he wants to leave himself perfectly straight, and then he can run the white down for the red on the rail. And so he's not sure where he's going there. Maybe the red did pass to the bottom left before he nudged it.
Maybe it passes into the
middle. Well, he's nudged it enough for it to go into the middle now, so got away with that a little bit. Now he can actually cut the other red into the top right and run the white around for the red, but I'm not sure if he probably wouldn't be too familiar with that shot because he's not too experienced on the cloth. But the white will skid around those 2 rails and come back towards where the centre pocket is.
Yeah, you play what you know, don't you? If you don't know that shot or don't believe it to be possible, then you won't play it. So Adam just...
Yeah, well, I don't think he should have gone for that cut there. I think he would have been better potting the other ball and playing the double. That cut didn't even lock on. So will we see Adam play a safety shot, or is he going to... He can cue this in and nudge the other yellow off the rail, just like that. So he's staying aggressive.
That's not the best place for the cue ball to be, but the yellow to the left of the cue ball will cut, and he's got a safety shot if he doesn't like it. He's got a lot of yellows to hide behind here. I'd imagine he'd be using that now.
And he has played a safety shot. Good shot.
Are you surprised?
Simon, have you played on this cloth much? I played on it when I went back to the UK on holiday about 4 years ago, and then I had it installed on my table about 3 weeks ago. Darryl Chambers. So yeah, I've had a few. Probably takes you a day or 2 to get used to it. It is a little bit different. Is that John?
John,
yeah. You'd love this cloth, John, being a 9-ball player. So it plays a lot more like a 9-ball cloth, like a new cloth, just really, really skiddy.
That was a very interesting way that Neil went about trying to get out of that snooker, going between those 2 yellows, close to the bottom left corner pocket. He very nearly got it too. And Adam there using his free shot to develop the 8. should say the 8. There are no cut numbers in this, so it's the black.
You could have played that a little bit better.
I think that's okay. You wouldn't want it too close to the yellow.
It depends on if he's going to have to... He obviously wants to leave the yellow at the top till the end.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He wouldn't have wanted to put it too close to the yellow because he cuts down his options for position.
He's okay because I don't think the reds don't go if he does miss, so that takes a little bit of pressure off.
Ordinarily, they don't go. It does look like there is a plant on those reds, but you have to have the cue ball in a specific place for that plant to be possible. It's not his immediate concern, however.
A little bit short.
He can develop this yellow next to the rail with this, but he has to be careful he doesn't clip it.
He's not playing into the yellow because I think the angle's too much, and also he could he could go in off it. So.
Oh, that's clever. That's a clever little use of A, the snooker, but B,
so
to
Neil's going to
promote
come down
both
this
yellows.
Way. He's going to come down off 2 rails. Well, 3 rails. He's going to aim for that. He's going to come around off 3 rails and try and hit the top red and just nudge it towards that yellow and hide the white.
That's a snooker
and
type
he's
shot,
really,
isn't it?
He's really good at these shots. It's just whether he can control the skid. So there you go, just like that. A little bit unlucky.
That is still an excellent result, I reckon.
He wanted to hit the top red, not the bottom red, because then he would have probably have blocked the yellow off, but the yellow still pops. So
that's where the bad luck runs in, doesn't it? He's just trying to mess it up if he doesn't get a snooker. Adam, you'd imagine should still finish this frame, tricky. Although this is a tricky first shot.
Yeah, no, he's got and the reason that's tricky is because your eyes are naturally drawn to the potting angle. So you see, he would have, if that yellow wasn't there, he would have potted that yellow, but he wasn't playing it that way. He was probably playing to hit the other side of the yellow to play the plant. But
well, the plant's not really there, is it? So you're having to adjust your angle to play the yellow into the rail instead to flick off the yellow near the pocket. So you're having to say to yourself, actually, I'm not trying to pot this straight because it's not going to go. I'm imagining the pockets where the rail is. Oh, that's worked out quite well, actually. I think he was trying to miss the 8.
He left himself almost dead straight on that, so he couldn't just draw the white ball back for the 8 in the same pocket. Not easy, this, in the centre. He's got it, though.
Oh, well played. Yeah, that's a tough shot, and he's
way to the end, I'll tell you that for sure. And he's so capable of rattling off 2, 3, 4 frames in quick succession, so you can turn a match on its head.
yeah. So here we go. 12th frame, and
Neil's made
looks
a ball.
like Neil's made a ball. In fact, he's made
balls.
multiple balls.
And the yellows look delicious, as Chris Geary would say.
Silverlicious is what he would say, but yes, your point is valid. So that first one is good. So I was talking about that before. It's a slightly different thought process for the first one. He's overcome that.
Imagine if he could break every time like that. What an easy game it would be.
Yeah, but then it would be boring to watch because you'd know what would happen all the time. That's one of the things I love about this game. You don't know what's going to happen. cheat the pocket for the angle. I like that because he's
just overrun this. I think I just landed
slightly, but he cheated the pocket slightly to avoid running into the reds, because if you hit that follow you run into the reds and ruin it, but you cheat the pocket, you actually miss the reds. He's recovered beautifully there. Maybe over cued it slightly with the drawback, but he's got options either way. Just needs us to stay away from the 8. Fine.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, what were you even worried for? His heart rate never got above 50.
Yeah, very impressive.
Oh,
This Neil,
yes. to square us at
6-all from 5-1 down. We might actually get one more in before the break after all.
Cute.
Yeah, nice.
Middle of the hole.
What a great game. A few early pots, few early pots missed and a few early nerves, but standard overall's been pretty good.
And there you go, you see our sponsors on the screen. A massive thank you to the lot of you. Anytime Fitness Te Rangiora, my uncle owns that gym, so get in if you want to get to a healthier place. Need more firewood, that's Mike and Danny and Josh Bowen. Shaw Cues, that's Adam Shaw, who is playing right now. Stella, which is a recruitment company. And Michael Hayes, Q Sports Coach, and he does... Stella is Alex Stones as well, so he works for Stella. And Michael Hayes, if you want to get a bit more info into your game, go see him, he'll see you right.
So Adam will want to, he's made a couple of balls, he'll want to get
three balls. Maybe the third one he didn't want.
Well, he timed that so well, like you can just tell when you just control that white ball like he did.
Yeah, unfortunately really well. He had a ball run into it and push it into the rail, so I mean that's never your fault, is it? If you break like that and the white ball ends up in the centre of the table and then another ball decides to push it into a nasty place, you can't do much about that.
Big frame from Adam, big visit this. He'll be, I think this is the last frame before the break, and he'd probably be pretty disappointed if he goes in 7-6 down. But if he can get away coming in 7-6 up, then I'm sure he'll be feeling a lot better in that 15-minute break.
It's more so from where he was, 4-1 ahead and looking...
5-1.
5-1 ahead. I thought he was 4-1 ahead.
5-1.
But it was 4-all and then 5-4, I believe.
No. 5-1.
No, he's put his fist down. We'll see the replay, but anyway, scores aside.
Not sure.
Scores aside.
But he hasn't really done that much wrong. It's been more that Neil's just upped his standard, really. Adam had a couple of dry breaks, but he hasn't really made a load of mistakes to let Neil back in. Neil's just played better, you know, in that second half of this first session.
He's woken up, hasn't he? 5-1. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Shane. No, I'll hold my hand up and say I was wrong there. Adam was 5-1 up. But it's more than being ahead, it's just knowing that, you know, from where you were in complete control of the match to being even, but still having that slight edge, as it were. You'd rather have that slight edge going into the break, and here we see, I think the rack's going to be removed here.
Big shot here.
Yeah, that rack actually does affect the cue ball, doesn't it? But maybe more so it affects the object ball. The ball runs over the rack, it does change it slightly. See that with 9-ball as well. Sometimes if that shark rack is on the table and there's a ball stuck on the rack,
Well, you
the
try
ball
and get
kind
rid
of
of it as
jumps
soon as
out
you
of the
can.
rack.
Yeah. But he's with the white being on the rail, tight on the rail, which is really difficult at best of times with the white being smaller. This is a bit tricky because he doesn't want to follow through and catch the red half ball with the white because there's a chance he can snooker himself. I'm not sure if he's straight enough to hit the red full. Now, if the white wasn't on the rail, he could probably hit it harder, which would probably send the white into the 8 ball before the top spin kicks in, and then it would shift the red away. But I'm not sure if he can do that off the rail.
Yeah, you're looking at the red on the right-hand side, aren't you? You kiss it on the right-hand side and you end up stuck behind it.
Depends how straight he is. Yeah, just straight enough, that was good.
Cheated
Good
the
shot.
pocket too.
It's always hard with the camera angles to
That's
see
yeah.
just how much angle there is.
Excellent use of the whole pocket.
You've got to be careful not to put a bit of unintentional right-hand side on this.
It's a natural angle, isn't it? You'd mess that up.
Played it good.
If you put the side on it, he's cued that quite magnificently, I reckon. And now this is to head into the intermission with a frame lead.
Nice.
And he is all good.
7-6 at the break, so probably deserves to lead at the break, Adam. And, yeah, what a great match. Great match. What a start to this event.
So we start as we hope to go on.
Hit the button, Alex. Watch your tickets. Oh my God. Oh, that's a big number. 74. What's it between? Random number, not your age. You're talking about Alex, right?
So you can see centre of the screen there, Claire Shanaher at the event as well. With, looks like Barry Henderson.
105. 105.
Oh, that's got to be favouritism. Steph Crowell winning the spectator prize. Steph, if you didn't know or you didn't hear me saying it before, is the partner of Neil Whalley.
Just an appreciation of you guys coming out at 9:30, 10 a.m. on a Friday morning. We're just going to throw in a little bit of an extra one. Where's the randomizer man gone? Alex, where is he? We're just going to throw in a couple of free tickets, so $40, so there's drinks on that, prize money. 166. That was almost the devil. 166 going once, twice, redraw. 174. Once, twice, redraw. 137. Keep going. Number 2. I sold 2 to someone. Now, I don't want any politically correct complaints about that it's only women winning the prizes. We're an equal opportunity employer. Number 2, you got to come out here, take the jacket off. No, it's just because it's hot. Like you.
Oh, God, buddy.
Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, guys, we'll be back on soon. Cheers. Again, take your seats. And we'll welcome back to the arena, Neil the Gentleman, Whalley. And Adam, sure thing. Let's go. Good luck, guys.
And we are back. And already we've gotten a few comments. Brittany Kidd, probably with the best one. This is a break. Not in the sense of actually smashing the balls up, but this is a break at the 90-minute mark. So 1.5 hours into each match there will be a 15-minute break for the players to recharge or do whatever they need to do. So that score you can see on the bottom of your screen, 7-6 to Adam Shaw over Neil Whalley. Adam Shaw, by the way, was 5-1 up at one point, so Neil's done an incredibly good job to come back to somewhere near parity. But yeah, for those of you who have just tuned in, this is the very first match of the Great Southern Knockout version 2. I am John the Voice Saundercock, joined when he is available to chat, Simon Singleton. Looking to hit send on another load of letters this year. It's just at the moment doing something important, so
Just sharing.
yeah, just sharing.
One thing we haven't mentioned, guys, share the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well and tell all your friends. So, you know, this product that these guys have created, it's fantastic, and if we can get more subscribers and get it into the thousands, who knows what might happen in the future. It's just going to grow the game and give them more opportunity with sponsors and things like that. So don't forget to subscribe and share, and let's get this out there. This is going to be a cracker, this second half of this match.
Well, it's been set up so brilliantly by the first half. It promises to be an absolute blockbuster.
I'm just going to share it myself because I haven't done that yet. So
Yes, you practice what you
share that,
preach.
and then I'll share it around a few groups, and then I'll be back on the commentary.
So for the moment, it's just me. But I'm sure you guys are used to that if you've been watching my Tuesday night stuff.
It's good
It's
to
me on my lonesome.
It's good to subscribe as well, because every few hours the stream will cut and then be changing, because it runs out at a certain time length. I'm not sure how many hours it is, but or it might, maybe they'll do a stream for each match. So every time, if you subscribe, every time we go live again, you'll get a notification, so you'll know that the next game's on or the next stream started, and then we can reshare that one.
Yeah, so make sure you let people know about it, because even if you're not into pole, you're at least into watching competition. Ooh, does that red go? It's a question. I reckon we'll get an answer fairly soon. I would say no, but I said that before about a shot, and Neil proved me very wrong. Oh, he was on. The fact that he potted the yellow means nothing.
Is this off Neil's break as well?
It is indeed. So this would be a break and run if this black goes.
And he puts it in the corner.
Yeah. How's it looking? How's it looking?
good.
The crowd will tell you. Don't even need to really look at that. You just listen to the crowd.
Yeah, either our screen is a couple of seconds behind, or the crowd will right behind that shot and it was going all the way.
Well, a good part of the crowd were literally right behind that shot too.
So how about that after a 15-minute break? Come back, break and run. That's 2 break and clears in a row for Neil.
The break for a break and dish, eh? Nothing better. And we are back to parity, so it is a virtual race to 6 now.
This match could quickly come down to just the break, really, and who can continue to make a ball off the break, because both of these players are in the floor now, playing really, really well. Those early nerves have gone.
Yeah, the break's so important in any game, but this one you'd think more so than any other game besides 9-ball, because of everything you can do the first shot after the break.
Huge break from Adam.
Yeah, if you get the break and better you get the white ball controlled, then the frame's yours. All you have to do is take it, remove the shark rack to stop anything bad from happening later on. But both players were dry breaking early on in this match, and now both have been able to regularly get balls off the break, so you will see more break and runs.
A bit looser. You generally will dry break more if you're a bit tense on the break, so they'll be settled into the match a little bit. Adam times the break really, really well. Former 9-ball player, played 9-ball at a really high level in the UK on the GB9 tour, so he will know just how important the break is. And it's something that he would have worked on a lot in the past when he was playing that game.
Adam Shaw actually won a GB9 title, by the way.
Which probably doesn't mean a lot to people in New Zealand, but I can tell you what, that's like incredibly impressive, like to win an event like that, to win one of those events, the standard of the players.
Also a founding member of New Zealand Pool Promotions, so we have him to thank, amongst others, for these sort of events even being possible.
So this is not straightforward, a little bit tricky, but it is a chance, especially if the yellow passes into the middle on the opposite side. He'll be playing for that one now, I would have thought, if it does pass.
I think he's gravy on that. He's underran it slightly, but there is that yellow down the rail near the bulk spot, the bulk line, that he can use as cover.
It's getting a bit more difficult here if he decides to chase the finish. If he'd have run the white another 3 or 4 inches there, then this would have been a lot more straightforward.
Well, it would have been cut and dried.
Just turned there and asked for his extension, so big decision to make here. He wants to pretty much put the white back where it is, but about 2 inches higher, so that he can play the yellow into the middle and come back out for the yellow in the centre of the table into the same pocket.
So he'd have to take 2 rails for me if he's doing that. Ooh.
He's over. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, if that had gone in, he would have had a chance, but it's not the end of the world where Neil's balls are. Neil might drop this red in the middle and then take the red on the rail long. And if he does that, then the finish is on. So that's definitely the finish.
Plan.
That's 100% the finish if he's going to go for it.
Using his extension early as well, that tells me that he views the importance of this shot.
Yeah, the finish is there. He's just got to drop this in and leave himself dead straight on that red to take up the long rail.
So what's he doing? He's going.
I'm not sure.
Is he going a different way?
Oh, he's definitely going a different way. He's not seen.
He's
not seen the finish that I saw.
Maybe he's
a lot
on
easier
a different
on camera.
Well, you've got to remember as well, and you know this too, is that the players are on a different plane to us when it comes to the shots that they see and how they feel at the moment. You know, he was trying a skill shot there. So he was trying to screw back into that yellow over the bin and knock it in to give that the red down the rail another pocket to go into.
Yeah, but even if he catches the yellow, what then? Like, okay, he opens up the pocket for the red down the rail, but he's relying completely on luck for a red that he's going to land on, and he still has to come back to this red in the middle, on the rail in the middle. He has to get position on it at some point.
I think it's just to give yourself some options, because you're maybe a bit bereft of them at the moment. You're kind of forced into doing it a certain way. If you can give yourself one more option for a pocket, then it helps you to relax, knowing that you don't have to, you're not railroaded into doing it a certain way.
wondering if Adam will take the double on first here. Double into the corner.
Double in, yeah, corner
It's
bottom left.
It's frame ball, and obviously Neil still has the problem with the red on the rail as well.
I reckon he does, and he's got to hurry up. Yeah, that's what he's tried to do, but he's ended up putting it in a really ugly place.
Yeah, he probably. I think I would have preferred to play that pocket weight, because now he's really given Neil back
the impetus, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Another double, maybe? Same yellow? Or does it cut into the rail and past the red?
well he's got a
Looks
couple
like
of
it
options,
does, you
doesn't he?
know.
Yeah, he could probably get. Yeah, he can't pot it, but he can get it in behind. And
He
again,
can
with
make it.
Neil's red where it is on the side rail there, he still has time to take control of the table.
Well, this could give him more time, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's a good shot. Although Neil can get this red in behind this yellow now, so he can switch this frame around.
Yeah, it's the red that's further away from the yellow, folks. Does look like it'll go off the rail and in off the yellow, if you play it correctly.
So spoke to the players briefly in the
There you
break.
go.
Good shot. Didn't manage to get to speak to Adam too much because he got called back to the table, but I was going to ask him whether the clock was an issue, because he does definitely seem a little bit rushed sometimes at the end of his 30 seconds.
I think it's your device, Craig, because it looks fine to us. Oh, that's made that a lot harder then, hasn't it? See that little smile on his face to tell us that's not what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he can do here now.
You have to put a lot of bottom left on this. Oh yeah, that's what he was trying to do. Maybe he was lucky he didn't hit it.
Focus does look out.
You reckon? What are you guys viewing from, if I may ask? Craig and Tracy. Julie Alderson says it's fine. So maybe it's just if you're viewing it on your phone it looks out. I'm just guessing. I would like a little bit of insight into this. Well, there's another possibility that Tony's just given.
Adam's just overhit that. That's 2 or 3 shots in a row. He's just let his arm go a little bit when he probably could have played with a little bit more finesse. So now he's going to have to come all the way back up the table and nip this one in. It does look like it's pretty close to the rail here, so he's got to be a bit careful. He's played it well, but
ugly on the
he's
yellow.
short. Yeah.
You reckon he was trying to run all the way around the yellow and put it in that corner top left?
I don't think he even intended. I think he intended to go pop the ball a little finer than that and come straight up the table, but the whites just spread.
Yeah, he kind of cheated the pocket, didn't he? Looked like he'd undercut it, but it still dropped. So that will naturally spread the white ball towards that opposite corner pocket. There's that pressure. Had to hurry up because the shot clock was...
It's the time pressure again. That was frame ball either way, really. And he's missed it, so pretty straightforward finish for Neil here, and he should take the lead for the first time in this match. Oh, where's he gone? Where's he going?
I was about to say he needs to be careful he doesn't overrun this because he's the wrong side now.
He almost he's gone that far. It's almost like he deliberately intended on going that far.
Oh,
Where's the white?
that needs to stop. It's...
Is this enough? The white will
If
spread.
it spreads, yes. Let's ask Neil that question. No, it's not.
good
He's
finish.
played that beautifully. Wait for the white to stop.
He wouldn't
It's fine. No, exactly. Thank you for that.
It's iconic that now, John. With all the podcasts.
Yeah, that's Kerry, isn't it?
You have to bring that out again.
It's when
this
Kerry
weekend.
played that double.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
Oh, what a pot. Except with a lot more feeling than that. Well, it's on the introduction to all of Alex's podcasts, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I haven't done it so far. Yeah, but Too many things to remember, I'm a man.
What are you
I'll try.
asking for?
It just sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'll try. Getting shouted at for not playing the music in between the frames. I got to do everything around here.
Yeah, that's what my wife sometimes says to me as well. I'm still trying to work out whether there's a bit of truth to that or not. I think she might actually have a point.
Neil with the lead for the first time in the match. So let's see how Adam can bounce back. So Neil's broken cleared his last two breaks. So let's see what he can do here. Again, well controlled with the white. Looks dry though.
Oh, hello. We've got a desert.
It is dry.
But all the oases are there for Adam. However,
not straightforward. Amazing how momentum can shift in this game on these long races.
Well, we've already seen it a couple of times, haven't we? But
Like,
the arrow seems to be pointing towards Neil at the moment, but with a dry break and a chance to finish for Adam, he's got to be thinking that this is now the chance for me to swing that arrow back towards me.
Well, it can shift. I mean, it always happens, like you're always going to get shifts, and a lot of the time winning these long races comes down to controlling the damage when the momentum's not going your way.
Stem the flow of blood.
You just got to, you're going to get times where you're playing at your best or your opponent's playing at your best, and you just got to ride it out and wait for that momentum to swing again and hope that it swings, and hopefully there hasn't been too much damage in that time. But who would have thought when Adam was 5-1 up that Neil would go and win 7-2 out of the next 9 frames. Neil missed those 3 pretty straightforward shots in 3 frames in a row, and Adam punished him, and then out of nowhere he just sort of switched it on, which obviously he's capable of doing. So.
And that's the other thing to look at as well, is that there's that what if for us in the commentary booth with Neil. He's a frame ahead, but could have been more than 1 frame ahead. But then again, little few things have gone Adam's way, he could be ahead himself. So
Game of fractions.
It's a swings and roundabouts game.
Game of fractions.
That's lovely, but he's married up to the red, so he's a little bit unfortunate there.
So these little things here that were probably going in Adam's favour at the start of the match, and now just going against him. He's just got to ride this out.
Yeah, 5-1 up, he would have been on that yellow, no doubt.
Ride the storm. Long way to go in this match.
That's a fugly shot on this table, isn't it? With this white ball, should I say. It's not anything you'd wish on your worst enemy, unless you're playing pool against them.
Yeah, good comment there, Nick. Wanting to see this go to the end. I'm good friends with both of these guys, partnering both of them, so don't really have any sort of favouritism as to who I want to win. I just want them to see them both play well and enjoy it and want to play again, and hopefully we see a great match, which we have done so far. So I think this is going to go all the way to the wire.
John's just asking you, Simon, you use a glove, and if so, why?
I just use a glove. I don't really like the feel of the carbon shaft on my hand, so I like to wear the glove to just keep the feel consistent.
Ooh. Not for that, but for what Neil's just done.
Yeah, that was a little bit unlucky.
Kiss that he didn't want.
Yeah, he's opened up Adam's balls now completely and the black, and he hasn't really left himself a shot here. He's going to have to try and find somewhere to hide.
Morning, Francis.
Can't see a shot anywhere here. Attacking wise, that is.
This needs his extension, no doubt.
There's not a lot of places to hide the white either, so tricky situation.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to come off a rail somewhere to get out of a snooker. He's not got any other way, really.
No, John, I probably wouldn't use a glove if I was using my snooker cue.
Well, you only recently switched to using a glove, didn't you? And that was because you got
Well, I always use
carbon fibre cue.
Well, when you play on the 9-foots, the cloth. I hate playing on dirty tables, and you won't believe when I'm practicing how often I brush my table, and when you play 9-ball, the tables don't get brushed as much because they don't have a nap, and inevitably they're a lot dirtier in general, and you just get chalk on your hands and you get sticky, and so I've always used a glove for 9-ball, but now I use it for the 7-foot because I use my 9-ball cue.
Oh, he's going to try and pot this, I reckon. No, he didn't get the ball to snap off. He was wanting that to just drift away from the yellow and hit the red on the side and possibly pot it.
Very difficult shot, but I can see why he went for that, because there was probably nowhere to hide, really.
You still had to be aggressive, didn't you?
Well, there was no defensive shot, really, without leaving Adam a chance, so why leave Adam a chance when you can have a go yourself?
If you're going to go down, you might as well go down in flames, right? Go down swinging. Not that, of course, he was wanting to foul, but you're better to take the aggressive option and mess it up than play a defensive shot and mess it up.
So interesting there that Adam decided to cut the yellow back and not use the rail to naturally send the white up the table.
Maybe he doesn't trust the rail at the moment.
Yeah, with the spread, maybe.
Maybe he's been bitten a few times by the spread, so he's decided to be.
He's just got
twice
got
shy.
away with it. He's just got away with that. Like another inch shorter, and he'd have vested up. But he's just got to make this ball.
That's a very metal bridge.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll say that bridge also would be. You bridging like that over a ball, I'd imagine you'd get more stability that way, wouldn't you? Instead of your standard every finger on the table bridge, and you only ever do it with your the fingers you chuck up for your metal horns. Anyway, I'll get back to that.
Yep. So. The feel of the cue on the 7-foots is pretty good, so it's not something I would recommend for everyone, but my biggest problem is not switching between the games, it was switching the cues, so that sort of eradicated that, and it seems to have worked so far over the last 12 months. So.
I think if you start playing 9-ball, and then obviously you use your bigger cue to play 9-ball, if that's your natural game and then you switch to playing 7-foot pole, then normally you would continue to use a 9-ball cue.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the Filipino players, for example, in Christchurch that I know, almost all of them use a 9-ball cue to play 7-foot games, but that's because they're so used to
Kerry
9-foot.
Kerry Wares has always done it. I'm not the first. I mean, I used to not laugh at Kerry Wares, but we'd like, oh god, I watch him play. Watch him play with a 9-ball cue on the snooker table and just pop balls, and I'm like, how is he doing that? Like,
you'd wonder what the hell he was doing, but
yeah, he was right and I was wrong, and yeah. It works for me too, but there's a few players in Dunedin that have now switched to using the night shaft on the 7-foots as well, so they don't have to switch games. They've sort of probably copied me a little bit in that respect. But even before I did it, Danny Ryan was using he decided to start playing snooker with his 9-ball cue. So that was before I started using mine. So there's a few people that have tried it, because it is difficult switching cues all the time.
Looking at that red in the middle after the yellow, or rather with that space that the yellow offers. Oops. Oh no, it's an open table, isn't it?
It is an open table, but
yeah,
I'm not sure he played that though. I'm not sure. Again, I think he just was a little bit rushed by the clock. But
he was trying to pot the yellow, wasn't he? Not the red.
I think he was trying to pot the red. He was trying to pot
Sorry,
the red
other way around,
yellow,
yeah.
Maybe, I mean, I might be wrong, but you think you would prefer the reds here, especially if the 8 does pass into the middle.
As
But
you are, if you can
beauty
get
of
amongst these.
The beauty of this game and not having to, this rule set, not having to nominate, then it doesn't really matter. You can take one or the other.
I don't think this plant goes. I'm looking at that yellow down the rail onto the other yellow as a plant. I don't think that goes.
Not from here.
Not from here. You'll have to take the bottom yellow of those two first.
Yeah,
and just
cued
like that,
really well.
split
That's
into the
perfect.
middle of the table.
Yeah, that's perfect. He's cued that really well. That's a frame-winning shot there.
I think he's actually able to see that yellow near the middle. I reckon he's got a wee window there.
Straight through. He wants to leave the shot on the rail as straight as possible, and then he's got the yellow into the. I thought he might have taken the yellow into the opposite middle, but it looks like he's going to come back out and play it into the same pocket as
use the
as
rail.
The ball. Yeah.
Well, you've got a more open pocket there
Yeah, there's
too,
no harm
don't
in
you?
that.
You've only got what 2/3 of a pocket, and whole pocket's better to play into.
It's well worked out this from Adam, because I don't think he initially wanted yellow, so he's just got to make this ball down the rail. He should naturally be on the other yellow.
But what he's done beautifully is he's rerouted his GPS. He initially wanted to do it one way, but then it didn't quite work, so he's had a few seconds to think about it and then decided to do it a different way, and he's fully bought into it.
That's what the top players do, so you've got to have that ability to realise that the plan A didn't work and you go to plan B or plan C or
Z,
so on
sometimes.
and so on. Yeah, so the plan can change after every shot.
So this to get the lead back.
What a game.
And this he has done, so 9-8 now to Adam Shaw over Neil Whalley. So the next game to be played, or the second game of the day of 4, after this one finishes, is due to start at 1:30. That is Adam Lilly versus Brent Wells.
Jason, it depends what rule set you're playing. There's no nominating at all in this game, which makes it very, very aggressive. Like if there's no established set and you pot a red and knock a yellow and it's still an open table, you don't have to nominate. You could actually effectively pot a red and a yellow every single shot and then pot the black and clear all 15 balls in one visit. I don't know if that's ever been done, but technically you could do it. So
yeah, the rules allow you to do that.
Yeah, so it's super aggressive, non-nominating. You don't really need a referee. The only time you need a referee is if you're asking for a total snooker.
Yeah, also if you're playing a shot where your queuing is in question or your bridge hand is in question.
Big shot from Neil. Oh, missed it. So he had a good break, Neil, but he just lost the white ball at the top end of the table. Missed. He just held his hand up there, Neil. So obviously he's covered that yellow.
That yellow was the one that Adam was looking at first up, and he's actually snookered Adam on it. So
well, Adam can come. He's got a couple of options at the bottom end of the table with yellows, so I don't think that'll be too much of an issue.
There's a wee bit of background noise here, folks. Hopefully you guys are still able to hear us okay with the noise in the background.
So he's going to take the yellow in the open table here, and he's going to try and cue the white off the side rail and then land on the. Maybe he's going to play the plant. He's braver than me. I hate plants. Yeah, that's a risky shot. Surprised at that.
Yeah,
I was going to
obviously he's more of a horticulturist than you are.
The yellow in the centre of the table, he could have cued that into the bottom right, white off the side rail, and then got rid of the furthest right yellow, and then it's the finish is on. So I'm a bit surprised there.
Obviously he had a different thought process. He just wanted to. He obviously wanted yellows, I can tell you that much.
I mean, if he makes the plant, then he's eliminated his 2 balls from the top, and you can see the benefit for sure, but it's a brave shot when it's an open table to take the plant on. Neil's missed the yellow and Adam gets another shot at these yellows.
Yeah, well, for Neil it was a lot more clear cut. You just pot the yellow and then work into the frame that way, so there's no real risk in playing the shot that he did. He just missed it. And just wonder what sort of angle he's got on this, playing the yellow that's near the red, if there's any chance he can play a plant or a snick off that. And
well, he wants to screw back and hit the yellow half ball, and then the white will come back towards where it is now. Yeah, not a fan of that. It was never. I don't think it was really possible for him to land on that yellow the way he played it.
Yeah, you were always going to run full into it.
Yeah.
Off that rail and off onto the top or bottom rail as we see it. So, I mean, you're onto a loser there already, aren't you? Yeah, unless you can get a different contact on that second yellow.
Cued that really well. You might have to set the plant again here.
Definitely.
No, he probably
Plant
would.
And maybe screw it back.
Yeah, he'd like
straight
to screw
enough.
it back and develop the 8, but just depends on where this top yellow is going to end up, because he, in an ideal world, he'd like to top the white through to then take the yellow to the opposite corner. But I'm not sure if the 8 goes anywhere other than the middle pocket. So, and
so
oh,
it does.
Well, the plant
definitely goes
angle,
the top middle that we can see.
He's just going to have a really tough positional shot to get back to this 8 ball.
Well, either way he goes, he's either got the tough positional shot here where he plays the long yellow, or the tough positional shot from the yellow nearest the corner pocket right of your screen to the black. So either way he's going to have to play an excellent positional shot to get the finish.
Yeah, he's okay here. He's okay. He can spin this off 2 rails. And it's all about just controlling the pace. There's a chance that he could run the white through the gap in between and snooker himself.
Yeah, that's when that speed comes in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's
it's all about the speed.
Top middle pocket on your screen. That's what he's looking for. And incorporating the third rail into this.
No, that's good. Yeah, just a little bit short, but he's given himself a shot. He'll be happy.
It's
with
on.
That. He'll be happy.
That's
with that.
all he'll be thinking about. It's on. I've left myself on. All I need to do is focus completely on this and pot it.
I think he'll pot this as well. Yeah, he'll be happy with that. He's not got hampered queuing.
Needs to be careful that he doesn't rush this, even with the clock going behind him.
He's overcut it.
Overcut it. Does he get lucky with the leave? Not really. Bit of work for Neil to do here, but you know what? He's actually got a tool in his hands, so he's available to do it.
Again, it's just not in Neil's nature to play safe, so...
Yeah, there's a safety shot, or a snooker was staring right
yeah.
right in the face, wasn't it? But Neil's just waved it off.
Yeah, he's just so attacking. Yeah, look at this.
Oh,
it's just great. It's great to watch.
It is, isn't it?
Like,
and some
I don't know
people
if it's
see
the right
it as,
way, but it's
some people see it as a cop out to take that obvious snooker. I don't think it is. I think it's how you see it at the time. But Neil, the way he plays, I don't even know if he was even thinking about the snooker.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even cross his mind. He just
click.
He wants to pop the balls.
Just wanted a bigger contact on that red, but still okay. He's still got at least one that he can play. And he's starting to run out of position here, unfortunately. Unless... Oh, no, that's all right. I said that and didn't account for the white ball running that far. This looks fairly natural for the red next to the black, I reckon, position. Or is it the wrong... not quite the right angle for this?
No, I would have been playing safe about 4 shots ago.
Psh, conservative.
He has got an option here to just develop this ball and leave the white on the rail, because Adam wouldn't really have a pot on, especially if he can move the white a little bit more to the centre of the top rail.
Yeah, well, that takes away
Well, it
that
looks like he's
inside
looking
out
at the
cut,
potting angle.
doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually a really clever shot. 'Cause,
Well, yeah,
he's actually played
didn't
that.
he?
Well, the danger of playing it that way is actually he's leaving Adam a pot if he can see the 8 into the corner,
Well, that too, and
which he might still. Oh no, does he have? No, that's
you can
that's a
see
good
the
shot.
outside edge of it, but not enough to pot it. That's my thought anyway. But it looks like he's going to play this with a wee bit of side to see if he can throw it in. Yeah, great effort, but no ding. So, yeah, Whalley back to the table, and
Still not
that's a-
easy.
yeah, but that's a great first look at it, isn't it? Just screw off for the red bottom of your screen, I reckon.
No, I'd drop this in first and then take the other one down the rail, just like this. Because then he doesn't have to play a positional shot to the 8. He's just got to drop the last red in.
And that, folks, is why I don't play in this game, because obviously Simon has played this before. He knows exactly how to finish a frame like this.
I know how to call it. I don't
You know how to
finish.
call it. You just get you on a table and see if you can do it. He's hit that too well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
It's silky smooth, but
this is not easy.
no. Okay, where's this wide-headed?
Dead
On
straight.
the rail though.
Yeah, not
Tell
easy.
you what,
Not easy. Off the rail, slightly off straight, tight middle pockets,
yeah, it's all the acid, isn't it?
and knowing that you've probably lost the frame if you miss it as well, so a little bit of pressure. I think he'll pot this. So.
You'd say nothing,
cue it
right? Just cue it in.
No, I think he's overdone it.
He has now.
Good white ball.
Will this be potable?
So remember, you can't play push shots in this game, so if it's touching ball, he has to
Has
play
to
away.
play away.
So touching ball is a great result for Adam.
Well, it's a great result because he can't pot it unless he goes off 1, 2 rails, and then if he goes off 2 rails and hits the red again,
Well, I think he's going to try and he's going to basically make Adam play again, like try and put the white ball where it is and leave him Chinese snooker. That's the shot to play from here.
would you just play it directly into the rail and then come back and sit there?
Yeah, it's difficult because it's quite a touchy shot, especially if it's not touching ball, because you've still got to make sure you hit the rail. And
We hit the red first and then the rail and then leave it touching.
I think it's touching. Is it? No, who knows?
If it's not touching ball, I reckon it's on. Well, now is going to be the question, because
So it was
he
obviously.
made a rail.
It was definitely touching ball, obviously, because there's no foul.
Because
But
he made the rail, so he
In
was.
that case, I don't understand why he's tried to go across the table back to where it was, and he didn't just play off the rail that he was on. You know what I mean, John? And did the Chinese snooker.
Well, it's that
Still a tough
aggression,
shot.
isn't it?
Still a tough shot.
He saw it as being on, possibly, so he decided to try and play it, to pot it.
This is the third attempt that Adam's had at this black in this frame. So this could turn out to be a pivotal moment of the match. 10-8 or 9-all.
He's going to have to hurry up
He's
as
late,
well.
he's against the clock again. He's cued that
Oh,
well.
hello,
Good shot, Adam Shaw.
and goodbye.
Great shot. Yeah, he keeps letting that clock run down, doesn't he?
He does, and it makes you nervous because you think he's going to time foul.
Yeah, a bit surprised there that Neil didn't just touch off the long rail. It looked like he was going for the pot.
Well,
Are you going to go? What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Again.
yeah, too many drinks.
10-8 Adam Shaw. What do we reckon, guys? Who's gonna get this? Straight after this, we're gonna have Adam Lilly versus Brent Wells. I think it might be pretty close to almost straight away. Is it? I think it's scheduled for 1:30, and we're now almost at 12:30, so there won't be too much of a break. No, Jason, there's no actual referee. You don't really need a referee for these games, except for those situations where you're asking for touching ball or a total snooker. So there's plenty of there's 4 or 5 of the New Zealand pool promotion team who taking turns to just hang around the arena there and the table and take the short rack off if they need to. So just got a little toilet break. Just gonna go online and have a look at how many viewers we have. $125 viewers, so don't forget to subscribe to the streaming as well, guys. We've had about 100 people subscribe, I think, today, which is great. If you subscribe, you're not going to miss out when the stream changes. You'll get a notification every time that we go live. Let's see some comments, some predictions. I'm going to predict that there's going to be 3 Hill matches out of 4. And if you're in the area, come on down, support the guys that are organising this, the sponsors, even if it's just for one of the games. Adam just racked the balls, the players are ready to go. Every frame's big from here. Let's see how this break goes. He's going to give these a whack.
Right, I got back just in time. Beautiful.
Again, timed the break really well.
Jeez, he doesn't half hit them, does he?
Yeah, good break. He's got options of both sets here. I think he might take the yellow in the middle and try and run into the yellow on the rail and push it towards the corner pocket. And if it lands right, then it's...
that's probably the only
frame
attractive looking shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the frame
You could
shot.
take the reds, but aren't really that many to start with. And you're kind of running away from position if you do play the reds first. So yellows, you've actually got something to run to.
Just play this at a controlled pace and hit the yellow full. Perfect.
Well, yeah, he just couldn't have done that much better, could he? So he's got that yellow near the rack spot to actually play for now. But he had that. If he hit it full, then maybe the yellow that he promoted could have been the next shot. But he's actually got that second option of the one near the rail at the spot.
Well, the only thing he has to do now is just stay on the right side of each shot. That's all, and can't really go wrong.
Right side as in
right side of the line, so
not correct, but right.
So for yeah,
yeah,
the correct side of the line, just like that. So now you can just. So it's going to depend on what he wants to do with the yellow on the left-hand side, whether he wants to take it into the corner or into the middle. He could actually take it now.
I'd take it now.
Yeah, take it now, get the white back to where it is, and then...
Because where it is now is near perfect for
so left, right,
the yellow that he's looking at now. In fact, no, he's going to take the one on the...
So again, just under a bit of time pressure, he's had to call for an extension. But again, this is the reason why I wouldn't want to go this way is he's going to be hampered by the other 2 reds, depending on where he puts the white. He's played it quite well, but now he's got to land. I don't know. He's got a positional shot to play here. He wants to be as straight as he can on this yellow, the one he's lining up now.
Yeah, well, you'd rather be slightly off straight, cutting into the cutting away from the pocket, wouldn't you? That's beautiful though. That's right where he wanted it.
You can draw that back. He's got to draw it back probably 4, 5, 6 inches. but that's pretty good.
It's about halfway between where the cue ball is now and where the yellow is, I reckon. If you were to plonk the cue ball right in the middle there, that's perfect. And that's even better because you're closer to the 8.
So breaking clear to go 11-8.
There he goes.
Nice. Camellia,
yeah.
I don't think it was a time foul. There has been a slight technical issue with the clock, as you can see it, and the actual clock. And they were checking for a total snooker. So no, that was a shot before, wasn't it? Yeah.
That could well have put our time clock out.
Yeah. Yeah. So the time clock on the screen for the viewers is still a work in progress. It's a new addition, and obviously getting that to what's the word? Reconcile. Sync up with the
reconcile. I like
reconcile
that.
Or sync up
We're
with
learning.
the clock in the arena. Then there was a little bit of an issue earlier on.
Both of us are learning new ways to incorporate words and
we've
mess the English language up even further than it already has.
We've got Greg Crowdis on the computer doing the technical stuff beside us, and Greg's the one who's manually knocking off the extension for the players. But sometimes we miss those as well because we're not quite in the arena. We're just out the back. So, that's unlucky. The lights kicked in. And again, we were talking about that momentum shift earlier, John. It's just gone the other way now.
As the was 8-7 ahead, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Neil, and now Adam's managed to peel off the last 4 frames, and he's only 2 away from a victory.
Neil won the first 2 frames after the break and went 8-7 up for the first time, and then Adam's just upped it another gear, as the best players do.
And he's got this anywhere behind the headstring, or the bulk line.
With a free shot as well.
And a free shot. So in 2-shot, you don't get the free shot off the break.
No, there's no
But
no
you
penalty.
do, however, in this.
Yeah, the in-off off the break is huge because you have an open table and you have a free shot to do anything you want. So it's...
and you've got 60 seconds.
I would suspect that throughout this tournament, the clearances often in-off will be well over 50%.
It is a race to 13, Samara. So just beneath the EXTN of Adam Shaw's name on the screen, you will notice that it is a race to 13. Not sure how well that comes up for you on your device. So the red looks to pass between the black and the yellow here, and obviously with that he'll be aiming for the red near the top rail. Well, it's the top rail on the table, but it's the bottom rail as we view it. Just trying to think about
Maybe he had his extension, Camille.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. I'm just wondering if he even used his extension by then. And that's a good point that you make there, Camellia. How are you doing, by the way, you and Healy and Bubs? It's good to have you watching this. Hopefully you'll be both be tearing it up, and I think it's Hamilton you live in, is it? Or are you both in Tokoroa? Either way, I hope you guys are both getting a lot of table time.
Oh, he needs this to slow down. Oh, he's overrun it. Oh, mistake from Adam.
I think the double might be on,
right when he had Neil on the ropes.
It's not the shot that he wants to be playing, is it? He wants something straight, not a double, even though he is good at them.
Not a chance. No, he's got the double kiss, and that's the let off for Neil, and the red goes safe. Wow.
Tell you what, it's not an easy first shot, is it? One hopper, please. I am indeed Camellia, thank you for asking. He's tried a safety there, or at the very least he's tried to, and succeeded in promoting that yellow.
Yeah, Adam was a bit fortunate with where the white ended up, actually, because he didn't really give Neil a chance to do anything. And Neil's just played a bit of a nothing shot, and Adam comes back to the table, and he probably has a slight chance here if he can cut this in, because the red probably cuts in the middle as well, so
he's got a natural angle to promote it, I reckon.
But he's played it pretty well.
Ooh, you just clung on, didn't it? Grim death. Grim death reminds me of what I was listening to earlier on the drive here. Obituary. Old school death metal. Not that any of you are remotely interested in what music I listen to.
So he could play the yellow here into the red and just push the red safe into that cluster.
Oh, I see you. Yeah, that would be true filth, wouldn't it?
That shot would be good if he could hide the shot for Adam on the red over the pocket, but I'm not sure he can because the white's going to run to the top side of the table as we look at it.
It's when you're having to prioritise what you do, isn't it? Am I looking to put in some filth on that red near the rail, or... Well, he hasn't really done either, has he?
Well, that's okay.
He might have gotten a little bit lucky with that red over the bin being blocked, perhaps.
Yeah, he's covered that, which is the main aim there, I think, just to cover that red.
So in some sort of way, I was trying to look at the mechanics of that. Maybe that was exactly how he intended the shot to go. No extensions either, so he's got to get on his horse. He would have got it too.
Well, I mean, he got fortunate because he got a double kiss, which sent the white towards the red, and then it triple kissed.
Yeah, and then the red hit
another
the
terminology
white a third
for that.
time and stuffed it up.
But again, he's sort of got away with it a touch where the whites ended up.
Would you now be considering a snooker?
Yeah, but it's hard from there, John. I don't know if there's... That's a great shot.
Oh, hit something, please.
Oh, wow. That's so unlucky.
No.
That's so unlucky. He's played such a good pot there.
Sometimes you dare, but you don't win.
Wow.
It's not a fair game, this. I don't even know why people play it sometimes.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate from Neil.
I like this. I like what he's done. I don't quite like where he's ended up, but that should be okay. He's promoted the 8 away from the yellow.
Use the same yellow he's just moved, he can use as a bit of a stopper for the white here.
This could be a wee bit hairy though.
Yeah, well, he wants to hit it as full as possible, if that's what he's going to play. No, he hasn't.
Oh, it hasn't dropped.
Wow.
So, what do you reckon? Do you think... Is that cut on bottom right corner that you can see? Imagine if that cuts on.
I think it is. It looks like he's going for it.
Why would you not if it is on? Oh, I have that.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not too bad because now he's giving him options to get a snooker.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't get a skill shot or promote those yellows, then snooker's your next bet, isn't it?
Yeah, he has to he needs a free ball here.
He's got an awful lot of balls to snooker behind with those yellows where they are, so he can actually play this somewhere down the rail. If he misses it, he should get a snooker. Or he could just continue potting, knowing that if he keeps the white ball near the centre of the table, he'll get a snooker anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes that freedom is not good to have, though.
Well, if it had been on the other side of the shot, in the middle, he would have had an option to go into these and spread them everywhere, but not sure what he's going to go for here.
Oh, I see what he was doing. He was trying to go off the top rail and snap it back towards them, and it actually spread too far.
Yeah. again, probably just a little bit of inexperience from the rules there with Neil.
That's the red that's nearest the pocket looks like it might be
Yeah,
on.
I think he's on it. He's on it. It's
And
just,
he's at the very least he's on the other one,
Yeah.
which itself lends itself to a chance for a pot.
just flick the yellow, pot the red, flick the yellow out.
Yeah, that's me. Wouldn't want to hit the second red on the way back.
No.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
I think he did actually hit that red, but so fine that it didn't really go anywhere. It should just be just flick it in and be naturally on the 8. No, use the rail. Use 2 rails, make sure of it. Very nice. Down she goes. And Adam Shaw now gets himself onto the hill. 12-8. He currently leads Neil Whalley.
See Adam Lilly just there in the background. He's on next. He's getting ready. Going to spend his money in the pokies before he plays.
Is it really getting ready though? Might be the way he gets ready. Both he's right next to the playing table is interesting.
Adam to break. Are we going to see another twist in this match?
Well, it's going to be now, isn't it? It has to be now. If
Now
there
or
is.
never.
It's now or never. I forgot the rest of the words.
Dry.
Oh!
Oh,
No, it's
dry.
not. The black's gone down.
Nobody knows
Just
the
as
rules.
you said that.
Just a re-rack.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or does it get replaced?
Is it a re-rack? It's a re-rack, isn't it? Nobody
Nobody
knows the rules.
Question. No, it is a re-rack. I was thinking, is it like Chartered Club where, well not Chartered Club, but two-shot I think, where you
Re-rack
can either go back on the spot or you can re-rack it,
Only
but
Chartered
it is
Club.
just a re-rack. No, Chartered Club it's not a re-rack.
No, in Chart Club you put it on the spot. In all
Goes
the other,
back on the
all
spot
the other
and it's still your
forms,
shot.
It's just a re-rack.
Well, it doesn't come up very often, so I'm not surprised well, Simon knew the rule.
I mean, there's versions of the game in the UK where it counts as a win. It's
Like the 9 off
I
the
forgot
break
what they
and
call
9
it,
ball.
Yeah.
The ultimate win or something.
Yeah, in that ultimate pool, there was a match where in a race to 4, where a guy had 2 of them in the match, and he had it at Hill to win.
Oh, you know what? We were just talking about twists. This break went dry after he potted the 8 off the previous break. Oh, this is an awkward first shot from Neil. Having to cue over the yellow, but he's cued it quite beautifully. The biggest problem though is that he hasn't really left himself on anything. And all of a sudden now the pressure ramps up. No. Yeah, somehow I could see that happening, eh? Left himself way out of position early on in the frame and having to fight your way back into it, and with all the pressures, then sometimes it just proves too much.
Yeah, good chance for Adam to see out the match here. He's just going to have one development shot there at the right hand side. He's got plenty of option, plenty of time to get there. Looks like he's having used his extension already.
beautiful cueing. It's quite straight, so and with this small white ball, if it is quite straight, you really do have to cue through it to get it to do much. It's good enough when it's off angle, but when it's straight, you really do have to cue into the ball to get it to behave.
I think these two yellows that are at the bottom as we look now, I think the left-hand side one does drop in the middle. Adam's looked at that, so that makes this clearance a lot easier. He doesn't have to extract it.
That's what he's played for, I reckon. Yeah, just that little bit of side to come into where the D is, just to give himself that potting angle. Just as you called it, Simon. Question is going to be now what.
Well, he's looking at the other yellow. The yellow in the centre passes into that top middle as well, so that makes this clearance a lot more straightforward as well. And again, he's playing with fire with the shot clock.
Well, he's playing like fire, thankfully, so that doesn't seem to concern him too much. I think that he's gotten to the point where the shot clock's no longer a problem. Even if it starts beeping at him and cussing and swearing and doing all sorts, he can actually block it out now. He's had enough frames for it to no longer impede his play.
Yeah, good shot.
That was the frame ball for me.
No, this is the one here now.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Because he doesn't.
True
now he's looking at the plant now.
Well, that's introducing risk, isn't it?
He must go, because otherwise
it goes past, I know that. But, oh, look at that for a result.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of work to do here. He's got a positional shot to play.
I still think when you've got it though. You ride the luck.
He's got a little bit of traffic in the way, so it's not guaranteed.
You are right though, both of those reds are looming large for a snooker if he gets this wrong. And again, he's going to have to contend with, well, I say that he's actually hit the shot before I finish that point to further drive my point for home.
I'm pretty sure that 4 or 5 shots ago he wouldn't have intended on leaving this shot for last.
Nah.
So.
But he's rerouted his Mac though, so how you get on the black from here, I wonder.
White will spread, so maybe the black into the same middle. He goes around the back.
Possibly.
Always missed it.
Maybe that's what he was thinking about when he was playing the shot instead of the pot.
Yeah, just
too many ideas in his head.
Sometimes those sort of clearances can be so easy. You have so many options that you have too many options and you just mess it up.
Oh, he's going to play a snooker here. He's actually got a natural snooker, I reckon, if he plays this red near the middle into the top pocket. But as it is, he's going to take the easier of the two snookers. I like this because Adam's been potting everything in sight, and Neil's, if nothing else, just trying to slow him down. He wants the shot to finish on, rather than trying to finish it on a shot where he's not sure he can pot it.
I think Neil's cut out the one rail to the right shot because of the
jaws, or
caught the
second
pocket.
jaw on the way past.
Oh, is that a result there though, Adam? Just pushing that red down the rail?
Well, he's got a free shot though. I just wondered whether he might have taken that red down the rail as the first one.
He should be okay here.
Should be
and he's
alright.
got the safety blanket of Adam's yellow beans.
Just a reminder as well, folks, because this could come into it later in the frame, the two shots do not carry. So the fact that he's missed on his first shot or his free shot means nothing. He could have potted that ball and still he's only got one shot. So you use that free shot to basically do what you want, because you don't get a second shot later on.
You know what?
Is he going to get away with this?
I actually had a feeling that
he has. He's held his hand up.
I had a feeling he wasn't going to pot that, because that looked a lot more of a skinnier cut than sort of Neil give it credit for, and he didn't come around and look at the potting angle.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a finer cut than he anticipated, same as you. So one rail gets the hit. So he has at the very least not given Neil a free shot. So Neil's got to pot this all of his own merit.
I think he can get through to the one over the pocket.
Yeah, play that and that unlocks the other one. Yep, there you go. So
Well controlled.
now he's got options as to what he wants to do after this red. He could even not play it and play the red on the left. The one further away from the rail. Depends on how much risk he wants to put into this, because he could play this red that he's looking at and come across and try to develop that one near the rail. And now that where he's left himself now, the question you ask is, does it go past the yellow? Or would you even try that
I think he's
shot?
trying to drop it in the middle or place it. Oh no, he has gone down.
Well, he's
Yeah,
missed
that's
the
a
yellow
clever
up.
shot.
He's actually played that really well, because he knew that could happen if he contacted the yellow. Because naturally he was going to push it towards that middle of the rail, so he was on for a snooker.
Adam's just got to try and push this yellow over towards the pocket.
Same again.
Using the 9-ball 2-rail kicking system here.
How much Filipino does he have
Oh,
in
he's
him?
done it off 1 rail. Oh, he's left the red in the middle here, so good chance for Neil. Neil's not even looked at it. He's going straight for the long one.
I think that's the fact that he knows that there's a snooker if he misses it. That's why he's played it. He's played it for the safety option as well. And even on that shot, maybe if he'd missed that, there was still the reds to hide behind. But he has to be careful with that, because that becomes a crush sometimes. Right now, it's about just potting them. Yeah, that's excellent. That's beautifully played. Could just screw this back a small amount and put the black in the corner, but nah, he's straight enough. Come back further and put it in the middle. Down she goes, and that is all good. So Neil Whalley back into the match. He now trails 9 frames to 12. And just to quickly answer your question, John, I would say not in my lifetime. I don't think, or at least not within the next 10 years. I would love to see clubs use these rules. I love the rules.
Maybe if we used a 2-inch white.
Yeah, that's the thing, because this is a 1 7/8 inch cue ball, and the object balls are all 2 inches. I think the small white actually turns a lot of people off this game, and for reasons, but if they actually get into playing and practicing with it, then it doesn't become a problem.
Well, the 2-inch white's better. I think that as well. We don't need the small white over here because we don't have the coin-operated tables for tournaments, so there is no reason other than the fact that everyone else in the world's using the smaller white. There's no other reason to use it.
Yeah, but you've kind of contradicted yourself, because everyone else does use it, so if you are wanting this game to truly
But they use
kick
it.
off
They
in New
use it
Zealand.
because they have the coin-operated tables.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean it's become standard for the world to use it?
Yeah, I suppose. Don't know.
So I understand your point, but
How many players have we got playing at a world level? Or
very few. Maybe you. And
none. No, I mean him competing. Like,
Mr. Proctor.
chance for Adam here. Dry break for Neil.
Yeah, there's another one of those ugly dry breaks rearing their heads, and Nessa there, you're definitely a fan of a sure thing.
Reds are looking good. Doesn't want to flick the red onto the rail here on the way through. He's avoided it. He's just lost the white a little. I don't know if he's quite gone far enough to be on the one into the left corner. It looks like he might have just...
I think he might have gotten onto this.
Just got through there. Yeah.
It doesn't look like it from this angle, but I can guarantee you that small white is misleading and it sneaks past. It's one thing that you also have to think about transitioning between the white balls, is that the small white ball actually allows you more opportunity to play those wee sneaky shots.
Mistake from Adam there. He was trying to slip past that red and take the red on the right hand side there into the,
We almost
into the
ran
right
full
corner.
ball into it. What
Yeah,
was he
he
trying to sneak past?
Well, he potted it thick. He potted the ball in the middle too thick.
He was wearing big clomping boots trying to sneak past that. He needed to take them off.
Big shot here. He's missed it. This game's not over yet, guys.
Tell you what, it's actually not married up to the yellow. That was my first thought. So the one in the middle is on.
Well, he's got a pretty open table here.
Yeah, so that's the shot there. He may, if he can get onto that one next to the yellow at the bottom of the table early, then that's going to be really fascinating. He might even play it now. I reckon he'd play that now. He might be missing a trick here unless he can get better pos on it.
Oh, what about that?
Oh, shut up, Don. You don't know what you're talking about.
We've got to get this white ball out of here, though. Plays it with too much top spin, it can skid against the rail and then go into the red.
I tell you, that shot that Neil just played was a massive middle finger to me because I didn't see that at all, and I'm here and he's there, so...
He's got to get the white ball as high up the table as he can here. Oh yeah, he's avoided that. He's avoided that really, really well.
Yeah, he didn't want to hit the red, did he?
No, he's missed.
What would have killed it?
Early on in the match, he missed 2 shots like this, just identical shots. So let's see how he cues this one. Yeah,
much
cued
better.
A lot better.
Ooh,
So
the confidence.
Just,
tell you what.
It's just going to be that finding a transitional shot to get to the 8 ball, because I don't believe it passes to the bottom right.
If he wants to screw back a little on this and leave similar kind of angle, you reckon, but not quite the same.
Just got to be careful not to overrun. Basically, he wants to be, well, even if he's straight on this yellow into the middle, that'll be good enough because he can draw the cue ball back to the side rail and he'll have a shot on the 8.
I reckon the 8 passes the red, you know.
Yeah, he does definitely that way.
Yeah.
He's short though.
I was saying that as if it was a revelation, but I didn't actually think it did before.
Sure, this is not easy now. He might have to take the 8 into the middle if it doesn't go into this corner. He's having a good look at it.
The NZP regulation balls, yeah, on a 7-foot table they're all 2 inches, Jan. But of course for the reds and yellows, that'll do just nicely.
He's giving himself a shot.
For the reds and yellows, obviously the cue ball is 1 7/8 inches.
12-10, can he do it? Looks good.
Yes,
Looks good.
He can.
Whalley.
Bob the Builder can fix it.
Yeah, man. So the second camera angle that we're seeing now, the replay shows that was actually quite a difficult shot. It was quite, wasn't as straight as it looked from the other angle. So really, really good cue in there from Neil. Good finish. Important. Punish those mistakes in one visit. Don't give Adam another chance in that frame. Put a bit of doubt in his mind.
On to the hills. Sorry. Just that song that was playing in the background. I really like it. It's a Iron Maiden Run to the Hills. Yep. Being a metalhead myself, I love this sort of tune. I need to grow my hair long if I'm really going to do that though. I used to have long hair, but that, funnily enough, was when I was not a metalhead. I used to have long curly hair about all length.
Adam Shaw to break. 12-10.
Can he avoid the desert on this break?
Oh, the white's kicked in.
Oh!
And as the tide turned again.
How amazing is that?
Look at the spread as well.
Oh, that's yum yum. Get in my tub.
So I think I'd be trying to develop the red and the yellow down the bottom with the free shot.
You've got a free shot, you have to. You just want to pick them up and shake them and say, get them whacked. Get them away from each other. Romeo and Juliet, the star-crossed lovers, get them separated. Or at the very least get onto one of them. I don't know why you would... sorry, I was talking out of turn.
So Neil not, again, inexperienced with the rules, not using the free shot at all.
Tournament referee, I don't believe there is. I think it's basically a gentlemanly style of refereeing. The player not at the table assumes the role of referee. I reckon you could call somebody in to watch a shot anyway, as long as both players agree that it's all good.
So the red does pass into the corner there, as you can see. I don't think he passes into this bottom corner, so he has to try and get around the back of it at some stage. Really surprised that he didn't use that free shot.
Maybe he just didn't want to overcomplicate things, but then again, with a free shot...
Well, he's overcomplicating it by not using it.
Yeah, so point taken.
But again, just maybe that inexperience with the rules.
Although
if this is straight, then he's perfect here.
And it's this ball and not the one in the middle, I reckon.
He just has to draw the white ball back 3 or 4 inches. Now he's just off straight, so he's going to have to come down for this one first and leave the red in the centre till last. He's just overrun this. Does it go in the middle?
Not past the 8. It's still on in the corner pocket, but it's a much harder shot.
Well, he should be running into the balls in the centre of the table, so he needs a bit of luck here.
He just needs to not think about them. Just
hit the yellow full ball. He's hit it half ball. He's not made the pot.
He's not made the... I thought he had. I thought it was going to draw and go in, so... Adam Shaw, how are you feeling? Where's your money?
Big chance to win the match. Don't know if he's on this yellow in the centre of the free on the right hand side, so he's going to have to go up the table first.
I know what you're looking at.
Don't know if he's on it.
No, he's taken too long.
He is. He's using his extension early here.
He would have played it straight away if it were on. That's how you generally tell if a ball like that is on. How quickly the player gets down to it and plays it. Look at this run. Jesus, put the brakes on.
Yeah, so the sooner he gets rid of these 2 balls that are closest to the rail, the more guaranteed this finish is. He doesn't really want to be leaving them 2 till last and then having to play a positional shot down to the 8. Not given the situation and the pressure. If this was in practice...
Get away from the yellow.
If this was practice, he'd just mop these up, no problem, but...
I think he might be touching the ball here.
No, he's okay.
No, he's alright. He's still looking at it, staring at it.
He doesn't want to be straight though, because he doesn't want to have to take the ball that he's next to next. He wants to get rid of the ones on the rail, just like that. There you go. Because now he can drop this in. And
if he's just off straight on this, he may be able to use the natural spread to go for the next one on the rail. Maybe.
I think he's actually dead straight, and he doesn't want to be, because he's going to have quite a tricky next shot into the middle, and
then the hard one down the rail last.
Yeah. No, he actually could get the white off the rail. That's okay.
Makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Because I think with this shot anyway, you're just looking to pot it.
Well, you just got to pot. You're going to have a shot.
Too much about the white ball, because you know you're going to have a shot.
You can't run out of position here. You've just got 3 pots to make. Just got to execute.
Well, that's the mental process, isn't it? You've just got 3 pots to make, and
that's pretty
good. But at the minute, it's 1 pot to make, and then your next shot, it's 1 pot to make.
Probably a little bit. Would have liked probably a little bit more angle, just so that he doesn't have to hit this too hard. He has got to get down to pretty much in line with the 8 ball down the long rail. Doesn't want to overrun and going off.
Better to overhit this and underhit it.
Doesn't want to go in off.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't want to go in off.
No, he's all right. He's okay. He took the rail quite
got
early.
away with it. And this for the match.
Dead right you are, Simon. So this is for all of the cheddar. Chance to put his feet up and watch the rest of the games. Maybe. And down it goes.
The local crowd goes wild. Well played, Adam Shaw. Great win. Unlucky Neil Whalley. Good effort.
What a great show, though. Neil Whalley, he's might have lost this game, but he's won a few more.
Yeah, what a match to start this
More
event.
fans. Look at the embrace at the end of it. The players know what this means, so he'll be back. Said he wanted to play in this next year, even before he'd struck a ball. Hopefully we will see him back.
I think we're going to have a short break, and that's me done for the commentary. I'll be off now, but I'm sure John will be joined by someone else. There'll be some interviews coming up, and then we've got the next match at 1:30.
Yeah, thank you very much, Simon.
Put your hands together for Sure Thing and the gentleman. What a great display. A fantastic display, Paul, and it just shows what long races are all about, that a player can be way down and then make a comeback. It's a privilege that you guys, Neil, that you travelled so far to come up here. Great display, and look, enjoy the hospitality of the Racecourse Hotel. We thank all our sponsors. But look, again, hands together, and we're going to quickly get into the next match. These guys, give them a hand. Unreal.